Okay, before I get too caught up chatting, let me switch to the actual stream. Hello. Hi, I just dropped my cup of tea to wait for you. I hope you're happy. I break so much what do you call this? So much so many cups. Whatever. I can't speak English anymore. Hello. Happy Friday. It's not Saturday. Don't confuse me. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Hello, Panis. Congrats on first. Hello, Choop. Hello, Blood. Hello, Flufo. Hello, Austin. Hello, Noel. Hello, Trace. Hello, Zero. Hello, Ayo. Hello, Tsumaki. I think I got everyone. Hello, Rising. It's a little difficult. Hi. You should all go watch Choop Silent Hill 2 when he starts playing it. It's a good game. I like Silent Hill 2. I still haven't decided whether or not I prefer 2 or 3. I'm just very partial to James Sunderland. He's so stupid. I love him. Yeah. We were talking in German. I do not like Lebkuchen. I'm sorry. I like Lebkuchen from Little Goody Two Shoes, but I don't like the food. I'm sorry. What is it in English even? Lebkuchen is I have to to look it up. Gingerbread. Yeah, sorry. Yes. Happy Monday, happy Thursday, happy Saturday. Saturday somewhere, probably. Is it? Maybe. James is very stupid. Yes, he's a dumbass, and I like him for it, you know? Sometimes you just gotta accept people for how they are. I don't know, I feel like my microphone is not in the place it usually is in, or I am not in the place I'm usually in, but I'm bothered. Maybe I need to stop shrimping. Maybe I need to, like, lock in. What about Spekulatius? I do like Spekulatius. It's very nice. It's a very nice type of cookie. I don't even know, does that have an English counterpart? Like an English name? I don't think so, right? Spekulatius is just specular. I can't speak anymore. Spekulatius! I finished Mass Effect 1 last night. Ooh, did you enjoy it? You don't like Lebkuchen? I do. Boo. It's kind of dystopian. Okay, if you enjoy La Boo Boo, I'm sorry. I think they're ugly as hell. I think they're ugly as hell, and I've been seeing them in, like, regular stores. Like, it's just gonna be like a fucking bubble tea shop, and they're selling fucking La Boo Boo, and I'm like, why? Why? Why are you selling this shit? It's so stupid. You don't like gingerbread? Not really. It's okay. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. It's fine. I will eat it if I have to. The more I look at Spooky, the more the owl looks like a Shiba Yugi character. I don't know about that one. I mean, I'm flattered, but I don't know about that one. I don't agree, but thank you. We need a version of Spooky's model that's just flat colors. Yeah, you can ask Shirota to send you the model sketch. Kaiden or Ashley? There's a correct answer. That's regarding Mass Effect, right? I don't know. I watched my older brother play Mass Effect when I was a little baby, and I don't remember anything of it. Hell Boo Boo. La Boo Boo is evil. It's evil. It's ugly and evil. I am saddened. Male shepherd can't romance Garrus. I really enjoyed the mystery and the alien species and how flawed and nuanced your companions were. I don't know anything about the game. It's been fucking 2,000 years since I have seen anything of Mass Effect, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's really nice. Also, thank you for the AT stream streak. It's almost 100. I don't think anyone has reached 100 on this channel yet, right? I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe someone has. Can I filter for streaks? I don't think they've been out for that long. Can I? No, it's not possible. Rates, promotions, prediction. What is a promotion? What the fuck is that? I didn't even know that existed. I'm curious. What is a promotion? I have none. I don't know. And I can't filter for stream streaks. That's kind of silly. Debating if I jump straight into Mass Effect 2 or play something else in between. I would say play Mass Effect 2, but I'm someone who enjoys going through a series like straight away. Like I was also debating, oh, should I play Super Paper Mario after Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door? And I was contemplating not doing it straight away, but I was like, I would be bothered if I didn't go straight into it afterwards. Just like how I have a feeling I'll be bothered if I don't play Umineko right away, but we'll see, we'll see. I'm only a bit above 50. That's still pretty good. I don't know when they released them. It wasn't that long ago. Anyway, I feel like I was going to talk about something that I forgot. Yeah, I hope you've had a good week, everyone. It's Friday. There's going to be a weekend starting today. And I got my Marcel figurine. I'm very happy. She looks beautiful. I think I'm satisfied with this one. I don't need the other two. I don't need the Fallen and the other Marcel one, which are way bigger and also way more expensive. I think I'm okay. I have wasted enough money. I was contemplating getting Clannad physically for the Switch, since that's like one of the very first anime that I ever watched. I have never played the visual novel for it. But then I saw that it's only available on US Amazon. And I was like, oh, the price is not too bad. It's like 50 euros. It's fine. And like 7 euros shipping. And then I forgot, oh, it's the US, that they're going to have taxes that they're going to slap on me while I'm on checkout. And oh boy, they did. They did slap some taxes on me during checkout. And it's like 70 euros for Clannad on the Switch. And I was like, oh my God, I don't think I want to pay that much. I was like, you know what? Never mind. I think I'm okay. Maybe in like 2 million years, I'll be able to own it on the Switch physically, but I wasn't willing to pay that. I'm sorry, Amazon US. That was outrageous. Spooky is the type to enjoy playing 8 sequels back to back. Kind of. Though, don't quote me on that, because I stopped playing Silent Hill, and even though I said I would play Silent Hill 4, I still plan on doing that. I just don't know when. Someday. It do be Friday. I feel called out playing 6 Ace Attorney games in a row. You know, that's dedication right there. I'm very proud of you. I haven't played a single one, because I know that if I start, I have to play all of them. I have the PC physical copy still sealed a decade later. Oh my God. Very tempted to throw it on eBay. Jesus. That's a lot of money you have right there. Oh my God. I think it would go for like hundreds, if not more. People really want that one. For PC, no less. That's really good. I saw the deluxe version for the Switch edition went for like 300 euros or so, which was already kind of crazy since it wasn't released that long ago. But the PC physical copy, damn, you are about to get a lot of money. But it's also kind of nice to have collector's items. I don't know, it's nice. I was thinking about getting it, but I also already own it on Steam, so I was thinking I'll just play it on my Steam Deck, even though I really wanted to have it physically. I think I can't justify paying that much money to get it imported to Germany, so I just I give up. No physical Clannad for me. I will just play it digitally. It's okay. I went through my physical game collection yesterday, and I picked out some stuff that I want to play on stream and stuff that I don't want to play on stream. There was a lot of debating going on, and I haven't decided yet. I have stuff like Xenoblade Chronicles, yeah. The Zelda games, I haven't decided. They're all very long, and I don't know if I want to do that on stream. Then what else was there? Kind of forgot. kind of forgot what else there was. There was a lot of stuff. There was also Shoot and Order, which I figured I might just play that by myself. And also Raincode. Is it Raincode? Is that the name for it? Jesus Christ. And yeah, I also decided to give away some of the games. Or actually just one. One game. Kirby Air Riders. I played that like twice and I hated it. I'm not gonna keep it. I'm gonna give it to my brother in the hopes that he will play it because I don't want to touch that game ever again. I hated it. It sucks. Grime. When I went through my collection yesterday, I didn't even see Grime. Either I missed it or I don't know where I put it. I have to check again if I have Grime. I know that I ordered it. Spooky with the largest game backlog ever. This is what happens when you haven't played games in like fucking 10 years. You're like, oh damn, look at all these games that people love and I have played none of them. So yeah, I have a lot of catching up to do. So we're just gonna have to lock in. But that's like the good thing. You never run out of games. So hopefully if my motivation and will to live carry on for long enough, I'll get to play lots of streams on game. Lots of streams on game? Okay, lots of games on stream. Yes, fucking English on point today. I keep hoping they'll make a Switch 2 update for the Xenoblades. They did. They did make a Switch 2 edition for Xenoblade Chronicles 1? Definitive edition? I saw it the other day and I was like, damn, I already bought the Switch 1 version. God fucking damn it. Was it that bad? Kirby Air Riders wasn't bad necessarily. It's just, it's very overwhelming. I don't know. It's extremely fast-paced. There's like, given I skipped the tutorial, but I don't know. It was not intuitive at all, and I feel like even if I did the tutorial, it was just so overwhelming. There was so many things and nothing was explained while you were playing, or I feel like it wasn't. And then I played it and I was like, no, this is too fast. My eyes hurt. Everything hurts. I'm gonna throw up. It was not a good experience. I don't know. I didn't like it. That could be my fault, but I don't feel like giving it another try, you know? I don't feel like it was worth giving it another try. I like Mario Kart World. That one's fun. I like it's nice and slow and nice and, you know, doable. But Kirby Air Riders wasn't really. Did they release it for one? Yes, they did. I think. Unless I looked wrong. Okay, God, let me see real quick. I think I saw it, but now I'm doubting myself. What did I see? Let me check. Because I have notifications on Twitter, and I saw a post for it yesterday, I think. If I can find it. Oh yeah, I also ordered a Crosscode since it was recommended to me recently. Oh no, you're right. It is Chronicles X. Xenoblade Chronicles X. I didn't see correctly. It wasn't the first one. I'm sorry, I lied. I lied to you. It happens to the best of us. Was it bad or was Spooky bad at it? Both? No, I think people enjoy Kirby Air Riders. I think it might have just been me. I've heard a lot about Crosscode. Yeah. Spooky hates me so much. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you. I didn't mean to discredit you. Oh, yeah. I read it wrong. Crosscode, great game. Yeah, I think a couple of weeks ago, I don't know. People said that I would really like it, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna consider it. And then I did consider it, and then I bought it. And yeah. The backlog never stops. It's just gonna keep on growing before I will ever be done with all of them, but it's okay. It's fine. I will work my way through it, and hopefully I'll play all the games that I own before I die. That sounds like a plan, doesn't it? I have a good amount of years left, I hope. Who knows? Anyway, I don't want to yap for too long. I want to play Higurashi. Because I think if I lock in and I make good time today, we can finish it today. That would be great, but who knows? Let me go like this, and I want to put that away, get this out, get that out, and then do this. Oops, all backlog. No! Just do a non-stop stream until you finish backlog. No. I don't think so. I don't think that's a good idea. I think people should stop making video games, actually. I think until I am done playing all of the games on my backlog, video game production should just stop all across the world, okay? There's enough video games. We don't need more. Speaking of video games and there being too many, I was looking through the Nintendo eShop earlier, and I was just looking at new releases and whatever, like the different tabs that they have. And oh my god, the amount of games that are using like AI art that looks absolutely awful, terrible. And I don't even know what types of games they were. They were like dating sims, but they were so bad. It was like obviously AI art. The titles were all like, oh yeah, Anime Boys Deluxe. It's like shit like that. And there's like millions of them. I'm like, what is happening? You can't fucking browse the new releases on the Nintendo eShop. It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't understand why Nintendo's letting this happen. Like, I want to know why they're like looking at this and they're like, yeah, this is fine. This can release on the Switch. Like, no, maybe it shouldn't. Maybe this is so bad quality that it shouldn't exist. I think that's a crime, and we should kill those people. I think it's just they're trying to make easy money, but I would hope that people are smart enough to understand that it's just all AI slop that doesn't have any actual value. I'm guessing the script for the game is all AI too, and it's just all awful and not good. And I would just hope that people see that and don't actually buy those games. Because they go on sale immediately too. Like, they will release and then they're on sale for like €2. And it's like, yeah, okay, this is trash. How many times can you release Hot Waifu Puzzle Simulator 2026? Many times. You can just change the 2026 to 2027 and there you go. A new one, updated one. That's all you really need. I'm trying to piece together in my brain what happened on Wednesday. I don't remember. But yeah, I totally forgot why I mentioned the eShop. I was looking at Otome games, actually, funny enough, Zero. I wanted to buy some, but then I was like, man, I don't even know if I like Otome games. I have Amnesia Memories, and I feel like I should play that first before I decide to buy more Otome games, so I can see if I actually like them. I've only played Mystic Messenger, so I don't know. Also, hello, Devil That Cries. Hope you're doing good today. On Wednesday, you promised to play Even If Tempest. I was on Even If Tempest's eShop page, and I almost bought it, but then I saw that there is like a fan disc type of thing. And people were complaining that the fan disc included things that should have been included in the base game, and I didn't feel like dishing out €50 to buy 2 games instead of just one, so I was like a little bit upset and I didn't end up buying it. I was like, okay, well, maybe if I really like Amnesia and I enjoy it, then I will buy more Otome games. I will give Even If Tempest a shot. I did hold up my promise. I did look at it at least, you know. I considered it. I was there. I was on the eShop page and I almost pressed buy, I swear. I've heard very good things about Amnesia Memories. I watched the anime very, very, very many years ago. And I liked it. I don't know about the visual novel though. I never played it. I think I played like 10 minutes of it on PC when I was like 15. But I never finished it, obviously. Actually, do I have it on Steam? I would assume so. Amnesia. Memories. Oh, hold up. I played a whole 80 minutes of it. That's actually better than I thought it would be. Also, hello, Idom. Hope you're doing good today. I'm looking forward to ordering Little Goody Two Shoes today. I think I'm just doing the standard edition for this one. I told myself that I wouldn't buy any more special editions for physical games, but Little Goody Two Shoes is a special case. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I definitely order the game, but I don't know which version yet. The base game is rather complete, I feel, on the shorter side, but I kind of prefer that. That fan disc does give you more lore and stuff, but mainly just a lot of fan service and romance, which is nice, but you get full story from base game. I'll reconsider it. I have like 2 more days until the sale is over for Even of Tempest, so I'll look at it again. It is very tempting. I've seen a lot of praise for it, and you have basically convinced me to give it a go. So I might just give it a go. I'll take a good look. Always with the buts. There's so many buts. Okay. Anyway, Higurashi. I'm trying to think. It was kind of depressing on Wednesday. Not because anything bad happened in the game, but like, I don't know. The conversations the characters had were kind of unsatisfying. I think we had the scene where Rika kind of exploded on Satoko and beat her up with a chair, and then we got blamed for being a victim of bullying because we didn't integrate ourselves well enough into the class, and because the boys were too susceptible to Rika's Nipa charm, and they didn't like it, so apparently Rika deserved to get bullied. She did not. And she's considering just giving up and going back, and I think that's kind of sad. And then we had a very heartwarming little scene where she was cooking with her mom, and then she served food, and they were eating. They had a family dinner, and it's very cute. And also we found out that the person that is inside of Rika's body considers herself to be like an alien of sorts. Just like a spiritual being that entered this Rika's body, but isn't actually Rika herself, but Frederica Berncastel. Yeah. A wine brand. Very, very good stuff. I'm trying to like recap stuff for myself as well, because I think I tend to forget stuff very easily, but I think that's about everything that was important. It was only a tournament where I was like all for what? All for LI? What? Almost equally, plus Anastasia is such a cool main character. Love her lots. Oh, love interest! Ah, okay. That's the bad endings? The game spoiled me with the bad ends. I don't know if I can handle bad ends. That would break my heart. It always broke my heart in Mystic Messenger when I got a bad ending. I felt so bad. I feel like I did such a poor job in that game too. I would get the worst kind of endings, and I was like, oh, okay. That's kind of depressing as hell. They can be pretty crazy, I think. Okay. I think the dinner was the last thing that we did in the stream on Wednesday. After we finished eating, we cleaned up our places and started washing things. My father said he had a meeting tonight and he was about to leave again. Rika, could you wash these for me? I have something to talk with Dad about, so please do the rest. Okay. I responded cheerfully as Rika Furude, but I had realized something slightly out of place. If she had something to talk to my father about, there were plenty of chances during dinner, but she made me wash the dishes so she could talk amongst themselves. How bad could it be? Rika just had to stay put and wash the dishes, but I couldn't suppress the curiosity that was welling up, and so snuck over to the front door to listen in on what my parents were saying. My mother was the one talking. Her tone of voice wasn't a cheery one.
それで山本先生が市内の大きな病院に相談してくれてるらしいの。
Got a CG. I wish I knew how to, like, get rid of the text box so I could look at it in full. Very pretty. I think this is the first time that we see her parents, too. Very cute. I like that her mom has the same blue hair, but I wish we could see her face. Yamamoto sensei's discussing it with a big hospital in the
先生
city.
がおっしゃるには脳よりも心の方かもしれないって。
From what he said, it might be her heart more than her
立
brain.
派な先生がいらっしゃる病院だそうなの。
Apparently there's a wonderful doctor there who can help. God damn it. He betrayed us. I knew it. I knew it. I shouldn't. I knew I shouldn't have asked. Yamamoto certainly hadn't promised to keep our discussion in the nurse's office to himself. As soon as I left, he'd probably called my parents and told them their daughter was ranting about nonsense. And also contemplating murder. He probably explained it as my isolation at school wearing down on my mind and damaging my heart. Considering what I told him, even that would be a conscientious
リカ
interpretation.
に直接話はしたのか？
Did you talk to Rika about it?
後で話すつもり。
I will after
明
this.
日突然先生が来て病院へ行きましょうじゃ騙してるみたいだな。
No. I mean, it feels like we're tricking her, given that tomorrow the doctor will be here and we'll suddenly be off to the hospital. That's not great. They're gonna leave me there? Oh, thank you for the hydrate.
でもね、あの子の気持ちを考えるとわかるの。
But, you know, when I think about how she feels, I can
仲
understand.
の良かった友達だけが先に引っ越しちゃって一人残されて、
Her friends got up and moved away, leaving her all alone.
その気持ちを汲み取ってやればよかったのに。
I should have tried to understand her
リ
feelings.
カは最初から引っ越ししたくないってずっと言ってた。
Rika's always been saying she didn't want to move.
その気持ちの整理も待たず一方的に押さえつけてしまって。
We didn't wait for her to deal with that, and we made her repress it.
山本先生は明日の何時にいらっしゃるんだ？
When is Yamamoto sensei coming tomorrow? Now that I think about it, it's kind of interesting how this ties back in together with Hinamizawa syndrome, where you can't go too far away from Rika. Otherwise, you kind of go insane and you start, you know, murdering people, hurting yourself and whatnot. I wonder if it's in response to this particular timeline. If this is the original timeline where everything went to shit and then something happened and the other timelines are a result of wanting to change the fate that, you know, the damn project actually happens and whatnot. That'd be crazy. I feel like it ties in, well, pretty well. Rika and her hospital visits every time. But this time she kind of brought it upon herself, unfortunately.
夕方って言ってたけど時間は聞かなかったわ。
He said the evening, but he didn't give me an exact
で
time.
きたらお父さんもいてほしいって。
He said he'd prefer it if you were there too.
ああ、夕方は集会所にいるが、山本先生がいらっしゃったら呼んでくれ。
I'll be in the assembly hall tomorrow, so when he gets here, give me a
わ
call.
かりました。
Alright,
気を落とさずに。
don't be discouraged.
リカが元の世界に帰りたいと言い出す気持ちはよくわかるが、でも、もうどうしようもない。
I understand why she's saying she wants to go back to her original world, but there's nothing we can do anymore.
国と村とで決まってしまった話だ。
This was decided between the village and the national government.
ならせめて、ひなみ沢に住んでいたことを思い出すとき、楽しい思い出を真っ先に思い出せるようにしてやりたいな。
I at least want to give her some fun things to look back on when she remembers living in Hinamizawa. I don't know if sending her to the hospital is gonna do that, but
そうですね。
you're right.
もう、時間だから行くぞ。
It's time, so I'll get
リ
going.
カのことを頼む。
I'll leave Rika to you.
はい、い
Alright,
ってらっしゃい。
come back safely. I snuck back into the kitchen, and the same as I'd come, but I think the floorboards must have creaked. Gulp. When my mother returned to the kitchen, she still didn't sound particularly
聞い
cheerful.
てたのリカ
Were you listening, Rika?
今日
Maybe.
ね山本先生から電話をもらったわ
Oh, hello, Lark Luna. Hello, Fita. Hope you're both doing good today. Happy Friday. Yamamoto-sensei called us
リ
today.
カが山本先生に相談した話のことを教えてもらったの
He told us what you talked to him about.
みー、勝手におしゃべりするなんて山本はひどいやつなのです。
Yamamoto is really mean for talking about it without asking
ご
me.
めんねリカ
Rika, I'm
リ
sorry.
カはずっとこの村に住んでいたかったのよね
You wanted to live in this village forever, didn't
その
you?
気持ちを考えずだいぶ厳しい言葉をたくさんぶつけてしまった気がする
We never thought about your feelings, and I think we said a lot of pretty harsh things to you.
いいのですよ。
It's okay.
別にそんなことは気にしてませんです。
It doesn't really bother me. My mother's apology was meant to be heard by the Rika Furude living in this world. It wasn't for me to accept it, so I denied it. But my mother kept apologizing anyway. I was going to deny it again, but I stopped. It wasn't my turn. I should pull back. And then I thought I felt myself begin to fade out. As I did, I felt my eyes grow warm. The rest was, for me, a misty, hazy world. I cried as I buried my face in my mother's chest. And my mother cried as well as she hugged me. If I could have disappeared like that, this too might have been Rika Furude's life. After that, my mother told me a lot of stories of Hinamizawa as if to reminisce about her own childhood, about what she was like as a kid, what she did, and where. About things happening or not happening. As she talked, we comforted each other, both of us wanting our beloved village to stay in our hearts forever.
それでねお母さんが子供の頃はすっごく村のお年寄りに大事にしてもらったの
I hate this timeline! This sucks! I'm hangry, except not angry, just like the word hangry. Maybe you should get some food. Get some, I don't know. What fills you up good? Carbs? I don't know, anything. Carbs? Protein? Something like that. And when your mom was little, all the elderly people in the village treated me like I was really
そ
important.
れはねお母さんがお社様の生まれ変わりって信じられてたからなのよ
That was because they believed I was the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama.
お社様の生まれ変わりって
She said that so terrified. Hello, Amadis. Hi. Good evening. I think I just needs to find one person to kill, that's all. We have one person right here. Is she the right one, though? I don't know. How's the story going? It's going. We had a very beautiful CG just now. Yamamoto, the doctor, told our parents about what Rika told him. And, you know, they're gonna bring me to the hospital now. Yeah. And Rika has basically given up at this point. It's very sad. Do you know Oyashiro-sama? Maybe... Oh my god, what if it really is her? What if we really have to kill Rika's mom? That'd be kind of fucked up. Oyashiro-sama's reincarnation?
リカには話したことがなかったわね
I've never told you, have
フ
I?
ルデ家には古い言い伝えがあってね
There's an old legend in the Furude
第
family.
一子が8代続けて女の子だったらその子はお社様の生まれ変わりであるって言い伝えがあるの
If there are 8 first children in a row who are girls, that 8th girl is said to be the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. Is this the timeline where Rika was not the 8th girl in a row? She was the 9th, maybe?
それがねお母さんなの
That girl happened to be me.
私じゃなくて
Not me?
リカも女の子で第一子だけど9人目に当たるわね
You're our first child and a girl, but you would be the 9th
う
one.
ちは女系なのかしら
We have a maternal line, I
お
suppose.
母さんが8人目
Your mom is the 8th.
お社様の生まれ変わりなの。
Oyashiro-sama's
で
reincarnation.
も、これは内緒よ。
But this is a secret, okay?
誰にも言ってはいけないことになってるの。
We have to make sure not to tell anyone about it.
だからこのことを知っているのは、死んだおばあちゃんと私とリカだけ。
The only ones who know are your late grandmother, me, and you.
お母さんとあなたとの秘密よ。
It's a secret between the two of us, okay? Sometimes, as proof of trust between girls, they reveal secrets to one another. For my mother, this was probably a trivial secret that she could use for that reason. But for me, it was different. Hanyu was first able to appear before the 8 consecutive generations of girls before Oyashiro-sama's reincarnation. But in this world, Rika Furude wasn't the 8th. She wasn't Oyashiro-sama's reincarnation. So, in this world, Hanyu couldn't appear before Rika Furude, and that was when, with my face buried in my mother's chest, I felt a warmth. No, a literal heat. Oh shit, we're gonna have to kill her! No! Oh god. A therapist might say that the conflict between mother and daughter is very psychoanalytic. Maybe, maybe. Having Rika's mom... Does that mean the mom is the queen carrier? She might be. That changes, like, everything. I don't even... Oh god, that's gonna be a lot to take in. It changes everything. Sucker quick, another generation upon us. Now murder your mom, Rika. What if this is the original Rika Furude? What if this is just what like sparked the whole looping thing? I don't know. Scheisse. This is very interesting. I wasn't a particular... I don't know. I wasn't really enjoying this chapter as of the past 2 streams. I thought that it was kind of... It was okay, but it was very different, and I didn't really like the dialogue in the last stream. But now it's getting interesting. Now I'm intrigued. My interest is piqued. Because mom might be the one connected to Hanyu and the world of fragments. So does that mean we have to murder her? That'd be a little tragic. You didn't enjoy victim blaming? Not really. Not particularly. Hello, Nayu. Hi. Hope you're doing good today. Does she have a fever? No. This felt the same as Hanyu's power. Well, this was a secret. With my grandmother dead, there was only one who knew my mother was Oyashiro-sama's reincarnation, the woman herself. Which meant if my mother was gone, the fragment of there already being a reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama in this world would disappear. My warm tears ceased to flow, and I felt my eyes drying up as I plummeted to the bottom of the abyss of despair. It was her. Mom had the fragment in her. If I could have, I would have chosen never to remember what that fact entailed. Man, this is a thing to come back to. Jesus. Okay, I'm kind of glad that I stopped last time's stream where I did, because this would have been a hoot to stop at. Okay, I got an achievement. The 9th girl. What did it say? I didn't read that. Discover the solution. Awesome. Oh no. Rika's hand slipped on a 9mm. Jesus. What murder weapon would she even use? Maybe a knife? I feel like a knife is fitting. Maybe push her off a cliff? Or maybe we look for a different solution? After release, Higurashi said this was more of a what if. It only became a canon chapter retroactively. Oh, so it wasn't canon from the very beginning? Oh god. So I'm guessing what you mean by retroactively is like after the anime covered it? When I tried using the crystal ball with Yamamoto today, it still hadn't recovered enough for him to talk to Hanyu. Only half a day had passed, but maybe if I went to the storehouse, I'd get through. Hanyu once told me the old air from the past had remained in the storehouse, and that she felt comfortable there. Maybe that meant the storehouse was filled with Hanyu's power. In other words, while the crystal ball didn't have quite enough power, maybe being in the storehouse would help a little. Late that night, I slipped out of bed and snuck into the storehouse. I wanted nothing more than to talk to Hanyu. I went to the altar before the holy vessel and spoke into the crystal ball.
聞こえる？
Can you hear me?
羽生。
The light in the ball was feeble, but its otherworldly glow was clearly present. Please, let her hear me. My wish was granted, and a quiet voice so low it might disappear at any moment spoke an answer.
聞こえますのですよ、リカ。
I can hear you, Rika.
羽生。よかった。聞いて。
Man, it just gets more depressing. After a while, he started accepting it as canon. It really fits Frederica Berncastle anyway. I'm intrigued. I want to read Umineko as fast as possible, really. Sotsugo complicates things. I feel like after a while, with multiple like what if scenarios and like remakes and like trying to adjust things to make it fit, it would become complicated and you would create more plot holes than anything, but I'm sure someone has figured it all out, how it all connects together. The whole aspect of being trapped in another world where everything is worse for you is so horrifying. Yeah, and like I would understand wanting to loop hundreds of times if you wanted to escape this outcome, you know? Start Winiko this stream. I don't know if I can do it today, but oh, who knows? Maybe next week. I don't know. Who knows? I wanted to take a break, but I'm so intrigued and I'm kind of pumped that I want to read it as soon as possible. But I'm not making any promises. This is not a promise. Mineko and Higurashi are on sale on GOG, by the way. You should get it! I already own it, but everyone else should get it. It's great. Hanyu, thank goodness. Listen.
私。どうしていいかわかんないの。
I don't know what to do.
わかんない。
I don't know. This wasn't the time for crying. I needed to tell her everything I discovered and ask Hanyu's opinion. I quashed my frantic emotions and told her the fragment was in my mother. Hanyu stayed quiet for a few moments. She knew, of course, that I'd have to kill my mother to return the fragment to the world of the
納
gods.
得よね。
It's kind of funny how she was like the first person that we suspected of being the thing standing in our way, and we head patted her, but that wasn't enough to tell us that she was actually it. I wonder what changed. I wonder if, I don't know, hugging her and feeling the heat from within her made a difference for some reason. Hello, Rebel. Good morning. It would be so terrible if she killed the mom and then nothing happened. She's just stuck here forever. And she has to live out the rest of her life after killing her own mother. God, I don't even want to think about that. It makes sense, doesn't
あん
it?
たはお社様の生まれ変わりの前に姿を現す。
You can only appear to Oyashiro-sama's
この世
reincarnation.
界の私は8代目じゃないから。
I'm not the
あんたは
eighth,
私の前に現れることができない。
so you can't appear to
9
me.
代目はダメってことなの。
The ninth isn't good enough, huh?
大昔のことです。
It was a very long time ago.
私ですらほとんど忘れてしまった。太
Ancient
古の
times.
太古の昔。
So ancient, even I've mostly forgotten. It happened back when Hanyu was still living in Hinamizawa. Before Hanyu became Oyashiro-sama, it was how it all began, which Hanyu never told me about, no matter how much I asked her.
僕が、いえ、私が神になろうと決めたとき。
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Very Higurashi thing to happen. I'm hoping it doesn't. Also, hello, Derek. Hope you're doing good today. Thank you for the hydrate. My human self, that is, when I decided I would become a god,
私の娘、リカのご先祖は、それをとても悲しみました。
my daughter, your ancestor Rika, was very sad about that.
私がそう決めたのが、人の世に絶望したからだと知っていたからです。
She knew I'd made the decision because I lost hope in the human world. I took all the sins of the human world upon me. For there was no other way to cleanse those sins other than to destroy the sinners themselves. People were forcing their sins on each other, an ugly existence. Their excessive cruelty caused me to lose hope in this world. I undertook all the sins of the human world and cleansed them by letting them kill me. I entrusted that final duty to my own daughter. I thought that unless I gave her that role, she would be one day be despised as the daughter of a demon god and lose all hope in the human world herself. My daughter didn't like that role, but she understood the weight of her mission, and in the end, she went through with it. But she said something to me, that she would change the human world in which only the price of life could purify its sins. Humans would combine their strength and help each other, cooperating with mutual benefit in mind. She swore to me that she would create this utopia, which her mother had only dreamed of. Please, mother, do not lose hope in the world of man. I swear that I shall heal the sadness. But I would become a god. I couldn't accept my daughter's feelings. No, actually, that wasn't it. I had already lost hope in the corrupted world of man, and I just didn't want to look at it anymore. But my daughter made a firm promise that she would remake that world into something better. Then I shall believe in what you feel. When in this land people live happily, aid one another, support one another, and think as one, I shall return to this land once more. My daughter killed me and took control of the village, the divine power of the demon god dwelling within her. She became their leader and created doctrines so that everyone would trust in and help one another. By making them to fear a curse where discordant hearts would revive the specter of the demon god. She led them strictly, not letting my purification go to waste, so that those purified sins would never again revisit the village. And so the village did regain a temporary peace, but I never descended to them again. I had rejected the human world much too strongly. But no matter how strong the power to reject, it can never last forever. Whether hearts or walls or lids or doors, there's nothing that time will not decay. Even the power shutting me away from the human world wouldn't last forever. My daughter would learn the limits of that power through a revelation from a higher god than me. It was said that when the 8th generation of Furuda bore a girl as their first child, I would come again. The miracle of eight consecutive firstborn girls would be the key that broke my power of rejection. My daughter left that legend to the Furuda family and it passed down her descendants, so that this land would continue becoming my ideal. Oh
だか
god.
らリカ、
Hanyu jump scare. It feels like Higurashi gets more and more fascinated by the supernatural Hanyu aspects of Higurashi. I like it, to be honest. I think it's pretty cool. I do enjoy the supernatural aspects a lot, so I'm happy about it, to be fair. I like how pixelated she is. So,
あな
Rika,
たが8人目として生まれた時、
when you were born as the 8th girl in a row,
僕は人の世との接点を再び持ってたのです。
I was connected to the human world again.
確かに大昔は人の世を嫌って無視していました。
Long ago, I may have hated and shunned the human world.
誰とも交流できない1000年は私の悲しみを癒してもなおあまりある時間。
But a millennium without contact was more than enough to heal my
い
sadness.
つしか私は誰とも交流できない世界にむしろ悲しみすら覚えるようになりました。私が拒んだつもりでいた1000年は実は私を閉ざす罰のような1000年でもあったのです。
It feels like she's super close. Yeah, she's touching noses with Rika right now. At some point, I actually started to feel sad at the prospect of living in a world where I was all alone. I had intended to spend those 1,000 years in rejection, but it was also a punishment for me.
私は人の世を浅はかな気持ちで嫌い絶望したことを悟りました。
I realized how shallow my feelings had been when I hated and despaired over the human world.
そして悟り始めた時、古出家に女子が続けて生まれ始めた。
And before I realized it, the Furuta family started giving birth to consecutive girls.
あなたの母が身ごもった時、それが女子であってほしいと私がどれだけ祈ったことか。
When your mother was pregnant, I wished so much for it to be a girl.
でしょうね。
I'm sure.
私が最初に見た顔は母じゃなくてあんただった気がするもの。
Do you think this is what Rika saw when she was given birth to? It was just this face? I mean, the first face I remember seeing wasn't my mother's, it was yours.
この1000年は人の世を見限った私に対する罪だったのかもしれません。
Maybe abandoning the human world for 1,000 years was my punishment.
人は人の世に生きる。
Humans can only live in the human world,
そして生まれた世界に懸命でなくてはならない。
and they must live earnestly in the world they are born
そ
into.
れを軽んじ世界を容易に手放そうとする者は1000年にも及ぶ流罪に等しい罰を受けなければならないのかもしれません。
For someone who made light of that and tried to abandon the world so easily, maybe an exile of 1,000 years is a fitting punishment. Hanyu's words were heavy. Maybe having been carefree in our walk between countless worlds, even comparing our own lives to dice rolls, we had been sinful.
私は1000年ぶりの友人であり娘であるあなたと人生を共にしました。
I lived with you, my friend and daughter of 1,000 years ago.
そして昭和58年の袋小路にぶつかり私は再び罪を犯しました。
And when we came to the dead end of 1983, I committed another
あなた
sin.
の運命を変えるために力を使ったことです。
I used my power to change your fate.
私たちは一番最初のあの世界で高野に腹を裂かれて死ぬ運命を受け入れるべきだったと言いたいの？
Are you saying that in the very first world, you should have accepted the fate of Takano cutting me open and killing me?
理科には残酷でしょうが今の僕にはそう思います。
It may sound cruel to you, Rika, but that is how I feel right now.
僕は僕の生きる世界をないがしろにした。
I made light of the world I lived in.
そして理科の生きる世界までないがしろにしている。
And I made light of the world you lived in too.
あなたと一緒の世界を懸命に生きその最後を形に関わらず歓迎すべきであった。
I should have lived in earnest in the world where we were together. I should have welcomed it, no matter its end. To be fair, that was a pretty cruel ending, though.
やめて！
Stop
あん
that.
たは自虐によって心地いいかもしれないけど私には不愉快だわ。
Wallowing in masochism might make you feel better, but it makes me
あん
unhappy.
な運命に屈服したくない。
I said I didn't want to surrender to that
も
fate.
っともっと素晴らしい人生のためにどこまでも戦っていこうって言って。
And that I'd fight on forever to achieve a much more wonderful life.
あんたと100年にも及ぶ旅路を共にしたはず。
And made this 100-year journey with you.
その果てにそんなことを言い出すなんてめちゃくちゃだわ。
We're at the end. It's absurd to come out with that now.
そんなのはあんたの干渉よ。
You're just being sentimental.
そうしてあんたは私と共に築いてきたこの100年とその果てに掴んだ世界もないがしろにしようというのね。
Gotta live in the bad world, have fun, bad ending for you. That's so messed up. She lived so few years and the whole village died. Yeah, that's a pretty horrible ending. Like, not just for her, but like for everyone. It's awful. Okay, now at this point, she has lived for quite a long time. But has she really? She has been repeating days over and over, so I don't know if that could be considered a life. More than most, I suppose, but was it a better life than most? I don't know. Aren't you just making light of this world too, which you and I built together over 100 years?
考 勝手な話じゃない。
Don't you think that's selfish?
死にゆく獣を助けて悦に浸るのは人の罪です。
It is man's sin to save a dying animal, then bask in rapture.
雪山は獣を殺し、その数を神に委ねます。
We go up the snowy mountain, kill the beasts, and offer their numbers to the gods.
私が死ぬのも運命だったと今頃言い出すわけ。
After all this, you're saying it was my fate to die too?
あんたどうかしてるわ。
You've gone
あん
insane.
たがどう言おうと、私たちの勝ち取った世界は汗の結晶のような世界よ。
I don't care what you say, the world we won is a result of our sweat and
そ
tears.
の輝きは私とあなたにしかわからないはず。
You and I are the only ones who can understand how brilliantly it
そ
shines.
のあなたがあの世界を否定するの。
And now you're rejecting it?
リカ、話を戻します。
Rika, please let me get back on topic.
僕は8代目のあなたと一緒にこの世界を満喫したら、あなたの人生の終末と一緒に消え去るつもりでした。
Once I had my fill of this world with you, the eighth, I planned to disappear at the end of your life.
あなたが生きているうちには関係ないことだから、あなたに話したことはありませんでした。
It had nothing to do with the time you'd be alive for, so I've never told
その
you.
世界ではあなたの母が8代目、
But in that world, your mother is the eighth.
つまりすでに私は人の世と接点を持ち、素晴らしいひなみ沢に満足して、さらに上の世界へ消え去った後の世界なのです。
That means I've already had contact with the world of men and was satisfied with how wonderful Hinamizawa had become, and have already left for a higher plane.
私がもう消え去っている後の世界
In that world, I've already left.
だから、そこに私は現れることができない。
That's why I can't appear there.
でもそこにあんたの世界のかけらが紛れ込んでる。
But there's a fragment of your world
そ
there,
してそれが母にあった。
and it's in my mother,
つまりこういうことでしょう。
which means this.
母が8代目であることを母しか知らない。
Only my mother knows that she is the eighth.
それを殺せばあんたが現れることができないという矛盾の力が消える。
If I kill her, the contradictory force saying you can't appear here will
正
vanish.
解。
Correct? It's just bound to end in tragedy. It super is your fate to die, Erika. It happens all the time. It's kind of unchangeable at this point. Like, if she doesn't die by Takano's hands, she dies through stupidity. Through driving a bike.
そうです。
That's right.
本来ならリカのお母さんがその世界の8代目であることは歴然とした事実であり、
Originally, it was an obvious fact that your mother is the eighth in that
お
world.
母さんを殺したからといって変わることではありません。
And killing her wouldn't necessarily change anything.
ですが、異なる世界から漂着したリカには、それは例えるなら船をつなぎ止めるもやいと同じ。
But after you drifted here from another world, Erika, it would have been like mooring a boat to a dock.
その事実を知るのがお母さんだけで幸いでした。
It was fortunate only your mother knew the truth.
もし他にも大勢知る人がいたなら、リカはその全員を殺さなければならなかった。
If a lot of other people knew, you would have to kill them all.
リカは元の世界に戻るために母を殺すべきか、この世界にとどまるべきかを私に意見してもらいたかったのでしょう。
I'm sure you wanted my opinion on whether you should kill your mother to return to the previous world or stay in this world.
そうよ。
I did.
私もリカのいる世界がどういう世界かずっと調べていました。
This whole time I've been investigating what kind of world you're in.
そしてそこがどういう世界なのかを理解し、やがてこの日が訪れることを予想していました。
When I found out what it was, I expected this day would eventually come.
悩んだリカが私に相談することも、そしてその結果を受けて世界を選ぼうとすることも予想していました。
And I predicted you would grow indecisive and talk to me about it, and that you would want to choose a world based on the result of our
だ
discussion.
から悩みました。
So I thought long and
あ
hard.
なたをどう導 導くべきかを。
about how to guide you.
神の世の言葉と違い、人の世の言葉は狭い。
Unlike the world of gods, the words in the world of man are narrow.
どう言葉を選んでも意味が偏る。
No matter what words I choose, they will carry bias within
あ
them.
なたに本当の意味で選んでもらうためにはどう言葉をかけるべきか本当に悩みました。
I thought very hard about what words to say to you so that you could truly choose for yourself. Didn't Mom say the villagers treated her well? Maybe they're all dead? Yeah, she said that, she was the village mascot, so I'm kind of surprised. Because I would have assumed that a lot more old people know that she is the reincarnation. But maybe like you're saying, they all died? Which is odd. Or maybe they're not here anymore? It's unclear. They were translated so weirdly. Yeah. It feels like a little bit of a different translation to the main visual novel. It's okay, like I can understand what they're trying to say, but it's definitely different.
そして今も悩んでいます。
And I still am.
なぜならあなたは私に答えを委ねているから。
After all, you've left the answer in my hands.
私がこっちの世界にせよと助言したならそちらを選ぶ気でいる。
If I suggested you should choose this world, you would choose it.
そのために払う代価の責任を私に転嫁しながら。
You would shift the responsibility of paying the price to me.
それは卑劣なことだし、そんなことで選んだ人生に価値はない。
That would be cowardly, and there's no worth in a life resulting from such a
あ
decision.
なたはあまたの世界を渡り歩き、人の世の外側に足跡を残した人間として責任ある選択をしなくてはならない。
As someone who has trodden countless worlds and left her footprints outside the world of man, you must make a responsible choice
私に頼ることなく、
without relying on me,
自分の力で。
with your own strength.
言いたいことはわかるわ。
I know what you're trying to say.
あんたの言う通りにしたからこうなったなんて責任転嫁されたらたまらないもんね。
You couldn't bear me shifting the blame and saying this happened because I did what you
自
said.
分の人生は自分で決めろってことくらい理解できるわ。
Decide your own life for yourself. Easy enough to understand.
伝えたかったのです。
I wanted to tell you this too.
私はリカと人生を一緒にできて幸せでした。
I was happy spending my life with you.
そしてあまたの世界を共にし、ひなみ沢が優しい助け合いに満ちていたことを知りました。
And through those countless worlds we walked together, I learned that Hinamizawa overflowed with kind and gentle cooperation.
私の欲しかった世界は全て満たされたのです。
It had everything I wanted from the world.
だからリカが私のいない世界を選び、僕がこのまま消えてしまっても幸せだと、それを伝えたかったのです。
I wanted to say that even if you chose a world without me in it, and I was to disappear, I would still be happy.
ハニュ
I don't want her to disappear. I want her to stay by our side. The only responsible thing to do is kill your mom. It would be a very fitting ending. Very tragic, but very fitting. Hanyu had foreseen this. Foreseen that this world would grow ever warmer for me. But Hanyu herself was in opposition to this world. Any amount of discussing this with Hanyu, who was from the previous world, would only make it more difficult to forsake that one. She had even anticipated that after discussing it with her, I would need to make a decision from an impartial viewpoint. That's why she said it. She wanted to accept whatever fate Rika Furu's decision gave her. She didn't want me to worry about her and live in the world that I liked the best.
仮にこの世界に生きることを選んだとして、
Let's say I did choose this
あん
world.
たはどうなるの？
What would happen to you?
リカと僕の長い旅はその世界のルールで終焉します。つまりリカにはその世界での人生が。
Because of that world's rules, our long journey together would come to an end. For you, a life in that world.
そして僕にはそ その世界ですでに終わってしまった事実が適用される。
And for me, the fact that my time has already ended in that world would be applied.
つまりあんたは消えてしまうってことじゃない。
Doesn't that mean you would disappear?
でもそれはとても心地よいことなのです。
But that's a really, really pleasant
リ
thing.
カはそれを僕の死と考えるようですが、
Rika, you seem to think of it as me
僕
dying.
もその世界における自分は死んでいると最初はそう考えました。
And at first, I thought so too, that the me in that world would
で
die.
すがその世界における羽生は消えてしまってはいますが、喜びに満ちているのです。
But the Hanyu of that world, she may have disappeared, but she was filled with joy. That doesn't still mean that she didn't die.
あなたのお母さんと人生を共にして楽しい時間を過ごした。
She spent her life with your mother, enjoying her time to the
お
fullest.
母さんはまだ生きていますが、その世界の僕は優しさに包まれながら二度と目覚めぬまどろみの中で楽しい夢を見続けているのです。
Your mother is still alive, but that world's version of me is having a wonderful dream, enveloped in kindness and a sleep from which she'll never wake.
その温かさと心地よさはきっとこの世に生まれ入れる前の母の体内にも似ている。
I'm sure that warmth, that comfort is like of a mother's womb.
それを知ってしまったから、僕はリカがむしろその世界を受け入れた方がいいとすら思っているのですよ。
Now that I know that, I actually wonder if you will choose that world for me.
あんた本気？
Are you serious?
リカも1000年を生きてみればこの温かさを理解できるようになりますのですよ。
If you had lived for 1,000 years, Rika, you would understand that warmth. I could feel an ecstasy in Hanyu's words. Hanyu had lived for a millennium, and she understood that in a way I
冗
couldn't.
談じゃない。私は100歳程度の若造だから理解不能よ。
You have to be joking. I'm just a kid. I'm only 100 years old. Of course I can't understand.
リカ、もういい加減に僕のことを理由に選択肢から逃れるのをやめにしませんか？
Rika, would you please stop using me as a reason to run away from this choice? That was the truth. My old world and this one are being weighed on scales in my heart. It isn't tipping, even slightly toward either side. Trying to shift the responsibility for choosing onto Hanyu was just me being irresponsible.
リカの選択の助けになるよう、私の知るその世界の蘇生を全て話しましょう。
Hello, Nixoni. Hello, Aeolus. Happy Friday. I can tell you everything about that world's construction to help you make your choice. Oh, wow.
まず私たちに運命が打ち破れることを何度も教えてくれる前原圭一。
First, Keiichi Maebara, who told us many times that destiny could be
彼
broken.
はこの世界では転校してきません。
He did not transfer schools in this
とっ
world.
くに知ってるわ。
I knew that for a while
ク
now.
ラスにいなかった。
He wasn't in my class.
圭一は一時期受験勉強のストレスから心を病みますが、
For a time, Keiichi suffered the stress of his entrance
元
exams.
の世界のようにおもちゃの鉄砲で人を撃つような真似はしなかった。
But unlike in the previous world, he wasn't firing any toy guns at
よ
children.
り心を強くしてその誘惑に耐え、ついに心の弱みを克服します。
He strengthened his mind, endured the temptation, and finally overcame his mental weakness.
今の圭一は自らに胸を張れる強い意志を持った人間として待ち受ける受験に力強く臨もうとしています。
Right now, he's trying to deal with the exams awaiting him as someone with a firm pride in his breast. Breast is a weird choice of word,
圭一の罪がないわけね。
which means Keiichi's sin is absent. Yeah, he's finally maybe an okay guy. Maybe he's a stand-up guy in this world. Happy Friday. I know Hanyu the god doesn't want to be a scapegoat anymore, but I'd still ask a friend's opinion. I don't know. Yeah, like, she doesn't have anyone else to talk to. She tried to talk to the doctor, but like, he just ratted us out. He wasn't permanently blinding a little girl in this world. At least he did something good for once. No more toy guns now. Toy swords? No, none of that. Although toy swords, depending on what material they're made out of, could be okay. Like, there's some that are just made out of plastic and you can like blow them up. That's the wrong term. I don't know. You can like, you know, like balloons. You can blow them up like balloons. Does that make sense? I don't know. I need to take an ad break because there's one happening in a few seconds. So I will be right back. Hello. I ran out of water during my break, but I was too lazy to get up and get more water, so we're just gonna have to make do with nothing. Just looked up the Omori, how long to beat. The difference between the main story and completionist is almost 4 times. Yeah, there is a lot of content, which is why I've been too afraid to touch it again. I only played the main story, the true ending, and I was too afraid to touch anything else. There's a lot of content. I do know roughly what happens, but I didn't play all of it. Yeah, thank you for the hydrate. I have like remnants of water in here. I can drink that. All right. Adjust the volume real quick. There we go. Which means Keiichi-san is absent, which is why he never moved here.
竜宮レナも両親の会社が潰れませんから茨城への引っ越しをしませんでした
Rena Ryugu too never moved to Ibaraki since her parents' company stayed in
だ
business.
から離婚も起きない
Therefore, the divorce didn't happen either.
だからそれを理由にレナが罪を感じることもない
For that reason, Rena will feel no guilt. Rena had no sin
園
either.
崎ミオンと園崎シオンは背中に入れ墨を入れる儀式の日
Oh my
入れ
god!
替わりをしませんでした
I was right about it! On the day of the ceremony where the elder sister had her back tattooed, Mion Sonozaki and Shion Sonozaki didn't switch places. That explains why she was such an asshole.
なるほど
I see.
学校のミオンがどことなく雰囲気が違うような気がしてた
I got the feeling that the Mion at school seemed somehow
ボードゲー
different.
ムが大好きなはずなのに妹が詳しいなんて言い方をしてたし
She always loved board games, but she talked about her little sister knowing more about them. I somehow missed that, but I you know, got to that conclusion through different means.
なるほど納得
I
ね
see. I get it. She was also a bully, Rika. Yeah, that's like the biggest clue.
だからミオンは当主跡継ぎの座を妹に押し付けることにならず当主の修行をしながら日々を過ごしています
Mion didn't push her role as a successor onto her younger sister, and now spends her days training to be the head of the
そして
family.
シオンも本家の邪魔にならず影から支えられるよう遠方の学園で一人今日も努力して頑張っています
Shion too attends a distant school so that she can support the family without getting in the way, and she's working her hardest as we speak.
あの姉妹はかつて入れ墨の入れ替わりで互いに罪を感じ合っていた
The sisters both felt guilty at switching on the day of the tattoo
それ
ceremony.
がないってことは
If that didn't happen, then Mion and Shion had no
も
sin.
うこれ以上話す必要もないでしょうが北条聡子にも親殺しの罪がありません
Hello, Kuro. I don't think I need to go on, but Sadako Hojo doesn't carry the sin of
聡
patricide.
子は義理の父との交流を深め家族仲を再構築しました
Sadako grew closer with her stepfather and they rebuilt their relationship.
そのため悪い病気に取りつかれることもなかった
Because of that, she wasn't possessed by that terrible illness.
北条家も村と敵対せずひどい仕打ちも受けない
The Hojo family didn't oppose the village, and they weren't even ostracized.
だから聡子には罪がない。
Satoko has no
いや
sin.
聡子たち一家にとってここは理想の世界ということね。
Well, for Satoko and her family, this would be their ideal world. For Satoko and her family? Wait, no. Isn't this the ideal world for everybody? Yep, everyone except for you. Keiichi came to Hinamizawa because he had committed a sin, but in this world he didn't and was right now living his very best. Rena avoided her sad fate too and never sinned. She called herself by her given name, Reina, and was living happily. Mion and Shion were leading happy lives too. Without the tattoo incident, they were friendly sisters the way they'd been born. They were forced to live apart due to family matters, but that wouldn't be enough to tear them apart. For Satoko, this world was exactly the world of her dreams. Surrounded by the warmth of her family and big brother, she was leading a bright and healthy life. This is the world that I, as her friend, should be wishing for the most. For Satoshi, well, this was the only world in which he still existed. That's not true. He always existed, but, you know, in a state that wasn't, favorable. In all the worlds I'd been to, this was the only one where he was alive. Satoshi couldn't exist anywhere but here. And Rika Furude. For Rika, this world was... Maybe I had 0 friends. Compared to my old world, that was very sad. But I could change that now, through time and effort. Maybe I was sad Keiichi wasn't here, but Keiichi was living a resolute life in the place he originally lived. Instead, I had Satoshi. He wasn't the same as Keiichi, but he was very kind and considerate. Even the club I was disappointed didn't exist could start the very next day if I wanted it to. With the Hojo siblings Mion, Rena, and me. And maybe my other classmates too? What would be the club like with so many people? I didn't think I'd be able to compare it to the fun we had with Keiichi and the rest. I knew I wouldn't be able to place one over the other. My parents were in this world, and I'd already learned how to interact with them, as Rika Furude, who had regained the love of her family. My parents weren't in the previous world, but I had lively roommates that wouldn't leave me feeling lonely. Satoko and Hanyu. If I chose this world, I'd have to say goodbye to Hanyu, the friend I'd spent 100 years with. Friend? No. If what Hanyu said was true, then she was my ancestor and a mother to me, which meant she was on the exact same level as my father and mother. She was my family. My parents and Hanyu were both very important to me. I couldn't possibly weigh them against each other. This is so sad. This is so sad. Does Rika know he's in the basement? I thought she did, but I guess not. I think when they were talking, like, I think Mion mentioned something, and it didn't click for Satoko, but it did click for Rika, which is why I'm surprised that she doesn't know that he's in the basement, because I thought she knew that he was down there.
その世界は誰かの夢が作り出した理想の世界なのです。
That world is the ideal world born of someone's
あなた
dream.
に関わるすべての人間に罪がない。
Nobody related to you has
それ
sinned.
はとてもとても純粋で透き通った美しい世界なのです。
It's a very, very pure, clear, and beautiful
その
world.
世界では私はすでに消え去っており、リカの人生を汚していない。
I've already left that world, and Rika's life hasn't been
だから
corrupted.
僕にも罪がない。
So I have no sin either.
そしてリカ、
And you,
あなた
Rika,
も自らの人生を汚していないから罪がない。
you haven't corrupted your own life, so neither do you.
あの高野にすら罪がない。
Even Takano has no
誰
sin.
から誰まで罪がない
Not a single person
真っ
does.
白な世界。
A perfectly white, blank world.
そうです。
That's right.
今のリカはその世界を選ぶことができます。
And you can choose that now,
これ
Rika.
は僕にも預かり知れない運命のサイコロの神様が100年の旅の果てにくださった貴重な機会なのかもしれません。
Maybe this world is a valuable opportunity given to you at the end of your century-long journey by the god of fate, who even I've never met.
もう少し慈悲深い与え方だったらよかったのにね。
They could have been a little more compassionate about
で
it.
すからその神様は元の世界へ戻る道も与えてくれました。
They don't have any sin yet. I don't know, man. It's a... now that I think about it, maybe it's not such a horrible world, but like... Imagine how this would be for someone who has lived a certain way for like 100 years and now has come to a place where literally everything is different. Nothing is the same. First of all, that would drive someone crazy. And second of all, it's just so sad. She doesn't want to be here. She wants to go back. She worked so hard for the other worlds and it's just all for nothing, you know? It's very, very depressing in a way, even if it's such a supposedly good world. In order to leave, Rika has to stay in this pure white world. I find that interesting, yeah. She has to commit the first sin, basically. Oh my god, that's so bad. I don't know. Which is why that god gave you the chance to go back to your old world too.
母殺しという最大の罪を犯すことによってその罪なき楽園を自ら追放されることを選ぶことです。
By committing the gravest sin of matricide, you can choose to release yourself from the sinless paradise. Oh my god, I don't know. If this world is so good, where's Takano in her slave military uniform? Real. Pure white world? What is this? Demon's souls? Man. It's funny how, you know, it ends, or like it could end with the way that it started, because like the whole like getting rid of sins was done by killing Hanyu, her daughter, killing her, you know, and now we have Rika possibly creating sin by killing her own mother again. It's just a cycle of shit. And like, where is that confirmation that we can even go back? Because didn't she already die? Or can Hanyu turn back time just enough for her to not die? But then what happens after? What happens if she dies after that? I don't see how this ends in a good way. Unless we just stay here, unless we accept that the world that we knew and the ending that we worked hard for is just not relevant anymore. Demon Souls has a mechanic called World Tendency that ranges from white to black that happens by how much you die and makes the game easier or more difficult. Okay. I like this. I like this concept. I like this extra bit of content that we get. It's very conflicting though.
ハニュ、あんたは娘に撃たれたって言ってたわね。
Hanyu, you said your daughter killed
私が
you.
自分の人生を選ぶために母殺しを繰り返すことをどう思うの？
What do you think of me repeating the act?
リカのお母さんならこう言うでしょう。
If I were your mother, I would probably say
娘が
this.
幸せになれるなら自分の命など惜しくないと。
If it made you happy, I would not spare my own
リ
life.
カにはまだわかりません。
It might be too early for you to understand,
子を
Rika.
持ち母となった身にしかわからぬ気持ちです。
But it's a feeling only someone who has given birth to a child and become a mother could
か
know.
つて一度は母になったからわかる。
I was once a mother, so I
も
understand.
しリカが元の世界の方が幸せだったと言えるならリカのお母さんは喜んでその命を差し出すでしょう。
If you said going back to your old world would make you happy, your mother would gladly offer you her
ま
life.
さか
She
あの
couldn't.
人に限ってそんなこと言うわけないでしょ。
She's the one person who wouldn't ever say that.
頭は大丈夫って言われてヒステリックに叫ばれるだけよ。
She'd just scream, "Are you crazy?" and go into hysterics. But then I remembered my mother's smile when we made curry together. Would it be so strange if such fearsome words came from her mouth?
僕は娘に撃たれたことを後悔していません。
I don't regret my daughter killing
そのお
me.
かげで娘に引き継がれたかもしれない罪が払われたのです。
Thanks to that, the sin she might have inherited was cleansed.
私が命を惜しんでいたら娘もまた私と同じように迫害されていたかもしれないのですから。
If I had spared my own life, my daughter might have been persecuted, same as me. I'm seeing the scenario as Rika needing to commit a sin in order to be brought back to her own world full of sins. It may have sins, but those sins have caused her world to grow and change into the world she worked so hard to achieve. Yeah, and it's like, it has shaped the people in that world, you know? Like, a lot of the characters here in this particular world, though they have similar traits, they are ever so slightly different and they feel off. They're not the same people as they were because they are missing those experiences that made them the characters that we've come to know, you know? They're not the same. So it feels all wrong and everything feels super off and I don't know. Rika herself never killed in the original, right? She was mostly a victim through everything. I think so, yeah. She mentioned that she never harmed anyone. She always wanted everyone to be happy and healthy and alive, so she never did anything to achieve a better ending that would hurt anyone, I think. Time to join the club. Yeah, everyone is in it. Let's fucking go.
でもあんたを撃った娘の気持ちを考えたことはある？
She's killed herself. I guess that could be considered a sin of sorts. I think I mean, if we're going by the religious motif that we have in the entire series, it would be considered a sin in, I think, most religions? I don't know. I think it's looked down upon in every culture, every religion. But have you ever thought about what the daughter who killed you felt?
死んだ方は気楽よね。
It's easier to die, isn't it?
勝手に献身美徳によって成仏できる。
You can wallow in devotion and virtue as you die
で
peacefully.
もね、殺した方はその十字架を背負ってずっと生きていくのよ。
But the killer has to bear that cross
あ
forever.
んた、さっき言わなかった？
Didn't you say so before?
あんたを撃った娘があんたのために助け合いの心の宿るひなみ沢を作ると誓ったって。
Your daughter vowed to create a Hinamizawa where everyone wanted to help each other, all for your sake.
そして1000年かけてあんたの娘たちはあんたの罪に付き合ったのよ。
And your daughters, over 1,000 years, went along with your
あん
sin.
たは死ぬべきじゃなかったんじゃない？
Maybe you shouldn't have died.
何の罪を背負わされたのか知らないけど生きて戦うべきだった。
I don't know what the sin you were bearing was, but you should have lived and
子孫
fought.
が罪を背負わずに済むように戦うべきだった。
Fought so that your descendants wouldn't have to bear the
なの
sin.
にあんたが屈したから1000年もの間あんたの子孫たちがあんたの十字架を背負い続けた。
But you surrendered, and for 1,000 years your descendants have been bearing your cross.
そうじゃないの。
Right? We never thought about the murderer Hanyu. They have feelings too. Hanyu was silent. That, without a doubt, was Hanyu's sin. It was easy to die for her daughter's sake, but her daughter's guilt would never heal. But when Hanyu answered, she remained undaunted.
ならリカ、
Then let me ask you, Rika.
私は生きて戦うべきだったというリカ。
You who say I should have lived and
あな
fought,
たはその世界にいる今、どうするというのですか？
what will you do now in that
そ
world?
の世界にいるという現実を受け入れ、元の世界と異なるいくつかの違和感と戦いながら、その世界で生きることを望みますか？
Do you wish to live in that world accepting the reality you are in and always fighting the oddities different from your old world?
100年の果てに掴んだ手垢と汗にまみれた、それでもなお美しいあの世界を見捨てて、
Will you abandon that world that you gained after 100 years stained in grime and sweat and yet still beautiful? She was right. Maybe this world was beautiful. But that didn't mean the way my old world shone wasn't beautiful too. Why wouldn't it be? We'd won that fate after such a long
そして
journey.
あなたは100年の末に掴んだあの世界を元の世界と今なお呼ぶ。
And even now, you call that world which you gained at the end of a century your original
な
world.
らこの世界の居心地がどんなに良くてもそれを全て投げ捨ててこの世界にとどまりたい気持ちを打ち払って戦ってでも元の世界へ帰るべきなのではないですか。
So, however pleasant this world may be, shouldn't you throw it all away, fight away the desire to stay in this world, and return to your original
あな
one?
たに関わる人々が罪から解放されたこの世界を打ち壊してでも
Even if you had to destroy this world, liberate it from the sins of all related to you? My daughter who tells me to fight. You too should fight. To fight is not to defeat and overcome the obstacles before you. In the end, that is no more than a simple detour on the straight path before you. To truly fight is to make your own choices. At every choice in life, at every crossroads, people hesitate. Having one choice brightly illuminated and then selecting it, such a predetermined choice is not a fight. But no matter how many times you are presented with a choice, you choose the same one, its inevitability. A real choice is when you truly think and worry, when you never know which you should choose. It is precisely the same as the choice between the red box and blue box you spoke of once before. Yeah, I remember that. Will you choose the red box or the blue? To choose without guidance demands incredible courage and determination. That is a true choice. If you knew what was in the boxes, it would no longer be a choice. It is because you do not know what is inside that you can be satisfied with. What? That you can be satisfied with what is in the box you chose. This sentence. Inside that you can be satisfied with what is in the... Okay, this sentence is throwing me off. What? Sure. If you knew the contents of the other, it could lead to despair. Being left at a crossroads with no guidance and no hints is what it means to live. You may lazily continue to choose the right, or knock over the sign and choose at random. You may also search carefully for hints, worrying over how beneficial the left or right would be, and remain at the crossroads forever. Thus, you would be able to accept the final result awaiting you as your own responsibility, would you not? You would not grow old and go into your coffin wanting advice from your parents, would you? Worry, choose, and go forward. That is the fight. I earnestly worried and chose my own life. My daughters earnestly worried and chose their own lives. For each and every one of us, that is sacred, it is precious. The descendants 1,000 years later must not sully that. All who lived in that age were always beautiful. You must not speak of their lives using the values of later generations. This is very deep and profound. If you know the answer, there is not really a choice. Yeah, I think this is very complicated, but that's basically what they were trying to say.
最後にとても重要なことを話しますです。
Lastly, I'll tell you something very
リ
important.
カと僕をつなぐそのカモの御事のりの力はもうじきその力を永遠に失います。
The Kamo no Mikoto no Ri's power that connects us will be soon lost
僕
forever.
がその世界に干渉することは永遠にありません。
I will never again be able to interfere with that world.
あんたにありがたい説教をもらうのも
Oh god.
今夜限りってわけね。
So this is the last night I'll be able to hear one of those helpful lectures.
それからもう一つ、
There's one more thing.
リカのお母さんに現れたかけらは明日の日没と同時にその力を永遠に失います。
Oh my god, we have to make a choice really soon then. The importance of making choices written here in a completely linear VN. It's kind of funny, isn't it? The fragment that has appeared in your mother will lose its power forever when the sun sets tomorrow.
失うのは消えるという意味じゃない。
Losing doesn't mean
リ
disappearing.
カの手でかけらを取り戻せる機会が永遠に失われるという意味です。
It means you will forever lose the chance to take back that fragment with your own
つま
hands.
り明日の夕方までに決断しなくちゃ 元の世界に戻るという選択肢もなくなるってことね。
But why is it that way? Why is it gonna be gone? I don't understand. Why is this a thing? Also, why is this a thing? I would like to know more about why it's like this, you know? I want an explanation. Why is it gonna lose its power? Why is it? She'll be thrown in a war tomorrow anyway. Yeah, that's true. Double time limit. But why? What's the reason? Which means I need to make my decision about whether to go back to my original world by sundown tomorrow.
選択を保留するという第三の選択肢はないってことか。
There's no third option to put the choice off.
いいえ、
Nope.
選択を逃げ、最後の時間にわざと目をつむり、消極的にその世界にとどまる道を選ぶこともできます。
You may also choose to flee the decision, purposely ignore the last moment you have to choose, and passively stay in that
その
world.
場合は、積極的に選んだ場合と違った生き方になるでしょうが。
If you did, would you live that life differently than when you chose proactively? Whether or not I chose proactively was also whether or not I would accept this world. If I continued to live here without accepting it, I would drag along all the distress that I currently held forever. Compared to that, maybe it would be a lot better just to choose one or the other. But even that wasn't easy. Hanyu had said that very distress itself was the battle.
さあ、リカ、
Now, Rika,
戦いなさい。
fight.
その戦いは明日の日没まで続く。
Your fight will last until sundown
でも
tomorrow.
どうか逃げないで。
But please, don't run away.
なぜならどちらの世界を決断したとしても、その世界は必ず素晴らしいものだから。
Because whichever world you decide on, I know that world will be a wonderful
あ
one.
の100年を戦い抜き得た世界が素晴らしかったように、
Just like the world you gained after fighting for 100 years was.
戦い抜いて選んだ世界は必ず素晴らしくなる。
The world you choose after fighting through this will become wonderful. I'm sure of it.
だからリカ、決して戦わぬことで片方を選ばぬように。
So please, Rika, you mustn't choose one without fighting.
悩まぬ選択肢の結果に人間が満足することは絶対にないのだから。
People are never ever satisfied with the result of a choice they didn't struggle with.
ありがとう、羽生。
Thank you, Hanyu.
私、戦ってみるわ。
I'll fight
この選択と、
with this choice.
もしあなたと再会できるなら元の世界で。
If I can meet you again, it'll be in our original
も
world.
しこの世界だったならゆっくりと休んで1000年の疲れを癒して。
And if it's this world, then take a good rest to heal your millennium of exhaustion.
今日までありがとう。
Thank you for everything.
本当にありがとう。
Thank you so much.
私、あなたの力のおかげで自分の人生を何度でもやり直せるものだと勘違いしてきた。
It was because of your strength that I mistook my own life for something I could do over as many times as I wanted.
そんな私じゃきっと元の世界に生きてもどっかでおかしくなったと思う。
If that's who I am, then I feel like it would be strange somehow if I was living in my original world.
何かにちょっとでもつまずいたらやり直せばいいやって簡単に考えたと思う。
It was easy for me to think that if I slipped up in any small way, I could just do it over.
そんなんじゃ素晴らしい世界になんてなるわけないよね。
But that wouldn't make that world a wonderful one.
その意味ではあなたがこの力を私に使わなければよかったという罪もちょっぴりだけ理解できるわ。
In that sense, I understand, just a little, your sin of using your power on me when you shouldn't have.
でもそれは軽い人生を歩んできた私の罪でもある。
But that sin belongs to me too for walking through such an easy life.
あまたの世界でサイコロを振り直すと称して自分の命を粗末にした。
As we traveled all those worlds, I called it re-rolling the dice, treating my own life without
こ
respect.
の世界はそんな私に人生の重さを教えてくれたんだと思う。
I think that this world taught me the weight of that
そ
decision.
の末がどっちに転んでも素敵な世界だなんて本当にラッキーじゃない。
So at the end, being able to choose a wonderful world either way means I really am lucky, right?
私は多分あまたの世界で一番幸運な人間に違いないわ。
I have no doubt that I'm the most fortunate person in all these
あ
worlds.
りがとう羽生。
Thank you, Hanyu.
こんなバカで身の程知らずの私に最後の最後まで温かな言葉をかけてくれてありがとう。
Thank you for giving me your kind words until the very end when I was just stupid and conceited. Did she say Saikoro?
この世界はそんな私に人生の重さを教えてくれたんだと思う。その末がどっちに転んでも素敵な世界だなんて本当にラッキーじゃない。
Not this one.
私は多分あまたの世界で一番幸運な人間に違いないわ。ありがとう。あまたの世界でサイコロを振り直すと称して
True. She said it.
自分の命を粗末に
Oh
し
my god. The chapter drop. That's crazy.
私一生懸命悩むよ。
I'll worry over this with everything I
いっ
have.
ぱいいっぱい悩んで本当に本当に素敵な世界をつかみ取るから。
I'll worry and worry and worry and grasp a really, really wonderful
だ
world.
からありがとう羽生。
So thank you, Hanyu.
ねえ返事してよ。
Hanyu, please answer me. Oh my god. The crystal ball was now quiet and cold in my hands, and gave off only a dull reflection of the flashlight that illuminated me. Man, that was really sad, but also kind of beautiful in a way. I don't know. I think this is a nice addition to the ending of the original VN, you know? I felt like I wanted more of a conversation between these two at the end. And I'm glad that they're able to talk again, you know, about the journey that they went through, and I'm really happy because this is super interesting, and I like that they, you know, either get to say a proper goodbye or get to, you know, be together forever, hopefully, who knows. Kinda nice. I like it. This conversation was very worth it. I shed all the tears I could. I thought if I didn't, I would hesitate when it came time to choose, so I cried out everything I had, and I thanked her for our 100-year relationship, because depending on my choice, I might never get to say those words again. Then I replaced the crystal ball on the altar, where it now was just a marble, slipped out of the storehouse, and crawled back into bed. There was no way I was going to sleep. At least that was what I thought until I wrapped myself in linens, felt the cool wind on my bare feet, and drifted off to sleep without realizing it. Good night, Rika. Rika Furude was going to sleep. I was going to sleep. Good night, everyone. Good night. Me. What do you mean, everyone? Good night, guys. Okay. Good night, my beautiful witch, or however it goes. I don't know. Time to sleep, guys. I'm kind of nervous now. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I have literally no idea. I'm personally hoping that she goes back to the original world, just because I am so attached to the characters and the way they were. And Hanyu is there, you know, they'll get to interact again. They fought so hard for it, you know. We took 1.5 years reading through that. It took 1.5 years to get a good ending. I'm really attached to it, so I kind of want her to go back, but I don't know if she actually will. I have no feeling for what she's gonna do. And the sun rose again on another wonderful day for Rika Furude. She took her first step, her first small effort to become friends with her classmates again. And at home she was wrapped in her parents' love. And the sun brightening her whole day fell behind the mountains and disappeared. Wait, what? Wait, no! This is not what I wanted! I'm such a LARPer. You're good. I don't even know. Wait, what? Long, long ago, there was a god who appeared before mankind. Bread rained down from the heavens, some lamented that it was not meat. Meat rained down from the heavens, some lamented that they preferred bread. God descended down from the heavens. Until I know what will make all happy, water shall rain down. Water rained down from the heavens, all lamented that their clothes grew wet. Fire rained down from the heavens, all lamented that their homes burned down. God descended down from the heavens. Until I know what will make all happy, nothing shall rain down. Nothing rained down from the heavens. Some lamented that God had abandoned them. Many things rained down from the heavens. Some lamented that God would not make a choice. Huge rocks rained down from the heavens. At long last, there were none who lamented. Water rained down from the heavens. Passing traveler was grateful. God, thank you for the unexpected weather. With this, my journey will never be dull. God said nothing and watched him leave. All for the best. Gods and dice should both be silent. Federica Berncastle. Tell me this is not it. Oh god, thank god, thank god, thank god it's not the title screen. Thank fucking god, it's not over. Hold on, it's not over. I would not have been happy with that. That would have destroyed me. That would have made me cry, but out of dissatisfaction. Hello, Mika. Hope you're doing good today. Hmm? Do you know who I am, Rika-chan?
わかりますです。
Yes.
ここは
Where am I? After hearing that answer, the nurse burst out of the room in sheer surprise. How rude. Here we go back. Fuck yes! Oh, I've never been so happy to read that name. Where's Dr. Irie? Call him at once. Tell him Rika-chan has come to. My head hurts. I'm so happy to see this guy. I'm so happy to see his stupid face. I hate him, but right now I love him. Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness. Do you remember what happened?
いいえ、ここは診療所ですか?
Is this the clinic? Wear your helmet or you'll have to deal with Dr. Irie. Fuck no. Oh. Yes.
あなたはお友達とひなみ沢へ帰る途中、事故に遭って頭部を強打し、ずっと意識が戻らなかったのです。
While you were heading back to Hinamizawa with your friends, you had an accident and hit your head and never woke up again. How did Hanyu fix this, by the way? Because last thing I remember was her saying that our head became flattened. Yeah, we had no more head. There was nothing there. How did we wake up from that? How was this fixed, I wonder? Did she reattach the head? Did she... I don't know. She fixed me. I don't know how, but she did.
このままもう意識が返ってこないのではないかと危ぶまれていました。
We feared your consciousness would never return.
よかった。本当によかった。
Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Irie even had a few tears in his eyes as he spoke. I was still just a little scared. I wanted to make sure this was the world I knew so well, so I mustered my courage and asked Irie.
ええ、 お友達のみんなもとても心配していたんですよ。
Yes, all your friends were incredibly worried about you.
さとこちゃんはもちろん、前原さんもみおんさんもレナさんも。
Sadako-chan, of course, and Maebara-kun and Mion-san and Rena-san.
残念ながらサトシ君はまだ目を覚ませる状態にはありませんが。
Unfortunately, Satoshi-kun still hasn't reached a state where he can wake up yet. Oh, 7, my boy. I'm sorry, we had to sacrifice you. Anya can turn back time, no? I thought that was her, like, established power. I guess she might have turned back time enough to, I don't know, divert Rika's path while she was getting into the accident and not make her get into a bad enough accident to the point where she would die, you know? Jumping around fragments with time travel. That's actually a good point. I do also remember them saying that she could turn back time and like return to a different point in time. But she's also able to jump around fragments. Maybe there's more fragments than we know, you know, and it's not just different worlds, but also different times within different worlds, you know? I don't know.
僕のお母さんは
And my mother?
記憶がまだ少し混乱しているようですね。
Your memories must still be a little
長く意
confused.
識が戻らないとよくあることです。
That happens when you've been unconscious for a long time.
死んでるのですか？
Is she dead?
ええ、2年前の綿流しの日に。
Yes, she died 2 years ago on the day of Atanagashi.
眠っている間、お母さんの夢を見ていたのですか？
Were you dreaming of your mother while you were asleep?
ありがとう。
Thank you.
もういいのです。
I'm fine now. Knowing that my mother is dead gives me a complex feeling, but there wasn't any doubt that this was the world I knew so well, and according to Iria, it had been a little over a month since the accident. After telling me he'd be right back, he scrambled out of the room. Left in my hospital room filled with the voices of cicadas, I could do nothing but wander through my vague memories for a time. I was fooling around on my bike while heading home from playing at the pool with everyone, and got hit by a car, right? But the world I awoke to after this is still vivid in my mind, and if this is my original world, then after grappling with that difficult choice, I chose my old world, and safely ended my long journey to return to it? Or was that all just a long dream I had, like Iria said, while I was in a coma from the accident? I didn't know.
羽生いる？
Hanyu, are you there? Imagine if she wasn't. That would have been really sad.
よかった。
That's
目
good.
覚めた時にあんたが最初に見つからない世界は本当に心細いんだから。
Waking up in that world and not seeing you straight away was really disheartening.
そんなこと今までに一度だってありましたですか？
Has something like that ever happened?
いつだってリカが目を覚ました時には一番最初に目に入るのはこの僕なのですよ。
I've always been the first one you saw whenever you woke up, Rika. Edie never mentioned her with the friends? True. Also, why is she see-through? What's up with that, I think she could be see-through through, what was the last one called? I already forgot. Matsuri Bayashi. So, you know, she could still be alive and well. Hello, Mysterious Emblem. Happy Friday. Has something like that ever happened? I've always been the first one you saw whenever you woke up, Rika. Hanyu speaks to me while wearing an affectionate expression, but her saying that at length just makes me remember the world of just a few moments ago. Because for the first time, Hanyu wasn't there when I woke
羽
up.
生あの世界は夢だったの？
Hanyu, that world, was it a dream?
それとも現実？
Or was it real?
リカの言っている意味がよくわかりませんのです。
I don't really understand what you're saying, Rika.
何かありましたのですか？
Did something happen?
本気で言ってるの？
Was Hanyu seen at the beginning of this episode, like in her physical form? I don't remember. I don't think so. No, she wasn't on the bikes. Not that it was mentioned, anyway. Are you serious?
リカが何の話をしているのか僕には分かりませんのです。
Rika, I don't understand what you're talking about. Was Hanyu playing dumb, or was she telling the truth? I couldn't
じゃあ
tell.
私がさっきまでいたあの世界は何？
Then, what was that world I was just in?
夢なの？
A dream?
夢です。
A dream. Hanyu answered immediately, and hearing that convinced me. That sinless world was no dream. Yep.
じゃあ私はこの手で母さんを
Then I killed her with my own hands. My mother had the fragment. I shouldn't have been able to return to my original world without killing her. If I was here, that meant I'd killed her. And then after I killed her, I had to kill myself like usual, to send myself to the world of the gods. And conveniently, when I die, it goes back through my memories right before the event and tears them apart. So it was only natural that my memories of personally killing my mother didn't remain. Trembling, I looked at the palms of my hands. They were pure white, pale and bloodless. No, that was just it. That alone made me remember the feeling spread across my arms, my hands, that warm, sticky, slimy sensation. Oh man. Okay, this is bad. I'm glad we didn't get to see it, happen, but this is pretty bad. Maybe after Matsuri Bayashi, Rika made an excuse for Hanyu and told everyone she's gone back home. I assume having a physical form strains her since her fading powers was like a whole thing in episode 7 and 8. Maybe. Or maybe she just wasn't there at that time. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why she may not have been there. Live with your choice, Rika. That was just a dream, Rika. Yeah. Like, you gotta let her live with the choice then. You can't just lie to her then. I know that she wants to protect her, but I feel like she should have been honest with her, even though that kind of just, told her the truth. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. A little PTSD to go with it. Yeah, we have a little PTSD. I don't know if that's good. Now everyone truly has committed a sin. Matricide, a pure world with no sins. No clue what you're talking about, Rika. Next time, don't bike into traffic. Yeah, don't ever do shit like that again. Now I feel bad for wishing for her to return, I kind of underestimated the effects that killing her own mother would have on her because, she didn't particularly like her all this time, so I was like, oh, she'll get over it, maybe, eventually. But, I guess I underestimated how much seeing her again after all that time and having such a nice, I don't know, 2 weeks with her would make her feel after, I think murder is pretty heavy regardless of who you kill, but, it's, I don't know, I underestimated the effects of it. My fragment welled up inside me. Something inside me was desperately holding back the memories of that alien world, crying out for some reason, desperately holding them back. Because if they spilled out, they would surely swallow me whole.
Rika.
Oh damn, that's scary. She did not, in fact, just get over it. I know, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have wished for this. Most people would say my mother would kill me if she found out. Rika says I'd kill my mother if that happened. No. Oh no, I feel so bad. I shouldn't have wished for this.
落ち着きなさいのです。
Rika, you need to calm down. Anya put her hand to my forehead and I felt as though something was grabbing my lungs and in a fist. A sense of suffocation, like something was squeezing the breath out of me. But it was squeezing those feelings about to swallow me up too, and they couldn't come up any further. In exchange for the choking sensation, I gulped down the rising emotions, beginning to steadily regain my composure. Hanya realized it and took her hand away.
落ち着きましたのですか？
Have you calmed down?
リカは長く眠っていましたから混乱しているのでしょう。
You were asleep for a long time, so you must be
し
confused.
ばらくは入江の言う通りお薬を飲んだりして静養するといいのです。
You should do as Idia says for a while. Take your medicine and get some bed rest.
羽生、でも教えて。
Hanyu, wait, tell me.
あの世界は本当に。
Was that world...
ほら、みんなが来ましたのですよ。
Look, everyone's
僕
arrived.
はお邪魔でしょうから、しばらく姿を消しますのです。
I'll only be in the way, so I'll disappear for a while. I started to hear many footsteps running down the hallway. She can't just leave. No. Hello, Nue. I hope you're doing good today. Man, I'm in utter shock. I don't know how to feel about this. The way that was written really just... It made you think, oh, she isn't gonna actually kill her mother. And then you just fucking thrown into the worst possible situation. I feel so bad for wishing for this too. I joined at an interesting time. Yup, we just committed a matricide. Isn't that awesome? Hanya whirled around as though pivoting on her heel and vanished. In exchange, the hospital door cluttered violently open and my beloved club member friends appeared.
Rika!
I mean, this is lovely, but at what cost? Oh man. Look at Zena, she looks so happy.
さとこ。
おいおい、サトコ。リカちゃんは病み上がりなんだぞ。いきなりひっついちゃ。
Hey, Satoko, Rika-chan just woke up. You shouldn't be hugging
いい
her.
んだよ、ケイチくん。よ
It's okay, Keiichi-kun.
かった。本当によかった。
Thank goodness, thank goodness. Clinging to me, Satoko fell on her knees on the spot and started bawling without hesitation.
リカちゃん、
Welcome back,
私
Rika-chan.
たちは絶対にリカちゃんが帰ってくるって信じてたよ。
We had faith you'd come back to us.
ああ。俺たち全員が一つのことを信じたとき、絶対に奇跡が起こるんだからな。
Yeah, because when we all believe in one thing, a miracle is sure to
高野さ
happen.
んたちとのあのすげえ戦いだって、全員が奇跡を信じたから勝利できたんじゃねえか。
It's how we beat Takano-san in that crazy battle, right? Because we all believed in a
みん
miracle.
なね、必ずリカちゃんが帰ってくるって信じてたよ。
Everyone believed that you'd come back for sure, Rika-chan.
毎日お見舞いに来てたんだよ。
You came to visit every day.
必ず明日は目覚めるって信じて、毎日お見舞いに来てたんだよ。
We knew for sure you'd wake up, so we came every day.
本当によかった。
Oh, thank goodness.
監督が言うには少々記憶に混乱が出てるって話。
Coach says your memories are a little bit muddled.
まさかとは思うけど、おじさんたちのことを忘れちゃいないよね。
You didn't forget about this old man and the rest of us, right?
さとことレナ、ケイチのことはわかりますが、ミーのことはわかりませんのです。
I know who Satoko and Rena and Keiichi are, but I don't know who you are, me.
みぱーん。
That's kind of fucked up.
大丈夫みたいだな。
I guess you're alright. This was something I couldn't ever have asked for. But just to make absolutely sure this was really my original world, I asked anyway, pretending my memory was still confused.
サトシは来ないのですか？
Is Satoshi not coming? Satoko gave a somewhat lonely smile and spoke.
ニーニーは一昨年に家出しちゃったきり帰ってこないじゃありませんの。
Nini still hasn't come back after running away 2 years ago, remember? I still can't believe they didn't tell her. I feel like that's the worst thing in this particular world. Like, what do you mean you didn't tell her that he's sick and is currently in recovery, hopefully? That she can visit him and worry about him and, I don't know, be there for him. I think that's kind of messed up. Relive Satoko's trauma just to make sure, yeah. Gotta remind her of the lie that was told to her.
リカったら忘れん坊さんですわね。
Rika, you can be so forgetful. Her expression makes my chest tighten. She was definitely the Sadako from my original world.
なるほど。
Maybe it's best so she doesn't blame herself for it. I guess? Maybe. But still, like, they don't need to tell her why he's in the state that he's in. They just need to tell her that he's here, that he's well and alive. Well is relative, but you know, he's alive, you know? On the way to recovery. She'd probably blame herself for Satoshi ending up in that condition. Yeah, you're probably right. It's okay. Maybe I'm overreacting. I just feel like I would like to know the truth, you know? I think it's kind of messed up not to tell her that her brother is fine, and she thinks that she was abandoned. But maybe it is better this way for the moment.
確かに多少記憶が混乱してるみたいだね。
I see, your memories do seem a little
一過
confused.
性だそうだから気にすることはないってさ。
He said it wouldn't last and that it was nothing to worry about.
寝起きに電話もらったら寝ぼけて変なこと言っちゃうのと同じだそうだから。
It's the same as when you get a phone call that wakes you up and say strange things while still half asleep.
そうだね。だって1ヶ月近くもずっと眠ってたお寝坊さんだもんね。
Yeah, I mean, you were sleeping in for almost a month after all.
その1ヶ月の間、夢を見ていた気がしますです。
This whole month, I felt like I was having a dream.
私たちが心配してたのはよそに、ずいぶん気楽なことでございますわね。
Oh, having a fabulous time, I'm sure, in spite of how worried we were.
そこはとっても不思議な世界だった気がします。
It was a very mysterious world, I think.
そこはここと同じひなみ沢なのですが、いろいろなところが違っていました。
It was Hinamizawa just like here, but a bunch of things were
ま
different.
ず、圭一がいませんのです。
First of all, Keiichi wasn't here.
おいおい、なんだよ。俺だけのけ者かよ。
Hey, what? Why do you have to leave me out?
それは圭一が鉄砲の事件を起こしていない世界だからなのですよ。
Because in that world, the incident with the gun didn't
圭
happen.
一があれだけ後悔したあの事件がない世界。
In that world, you didn't have all those
う
regrets.
ん、それだけじゃないのです。
No, that wasn't all it was. I realized this would be my only chance to confess to my own sin. Everyone listened as I told them all about that world. Whenever some small thing was different, they'd respond one way or the other about it, but they listened to me seriously. And then I killed my
そして
mom.
僕がここにいるということは、
So the reason I'm
そ
here
の世界とこの世界を天秤にかけ、こっちの世界を選んだからだと思いますです。
is because I weighed that world and this one and chose this world, I think.
それは多分サンズの川のこっちと向こうだね。
You probably saw the other side of the river Styx,
臨死体験ってやつだと思うよ。
like a near-death experience.
向こうの世界を選んでいたらリカちゃんは多分帰ってこられなかったね。
If you had chosen that world, you probably wouldn't have come back here.
向こうを選べば、確かに僕は帰ってこなかったと思いますのです。
Yes, if I chose that one, I don't think I would have returned.
俺たちはみんなリカちゃんが帰ってくるって信じてたぜ。
Rika Furude, you are so precious to me. She's an amazing character. I absolutely adore the way that she was written. She's great. We all believed you'd come back,
そ
Rika-chan.
してリカちゃんも帰ると信じたから、お互いの手が届き合ったってことなんだろうな。
And you believed it too. So that means our hands reached each other.
眠りながらリカちゃんも帰ってくるために努力したってことなんだろうと思うぜ。
I think you were doing your best to come back to us while you were asleep.
偉い偉い。
What a good girl. Why did you say that? Keiichi grinned and patted my head, but it seemed like he was mistaking what I meant. I hadn't returned. I compared that world and this one and chosen this one. Why had I chosen this world? Because this one was more comfortable to be in. Tatako was always with me, everyone in the club was here, and they were nice to me and spoiled me. But all that was still a world built on top of everyone's sins and misfortune. In other words, I had chosen to sacrifice the others for my own happiness. Shamelessly, self-centeredly, and selfishly. Everyone was fulfilled in that world. Only I wasn't. But I knew that I, too, could be happy there if I put in the hard work. But at the very end, I had chosen this world. I chose the world where I could rest on my laurels atop the suffering and tears of my friends.
それは
You know,
とっても面白そうな世界だね。
you gotta be selfish every once in a while. I think she deserves a little selfishness after 100 years. I don't know, man. Pop off, girl. I think you deserve it. I don't know. Even if it costs your sanity after killing your mother. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. Over time, you will overcome that sin as well. It's okay. That sounds like a very interesting world.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
レナたちのことをせめて夢の中だけでも幸せにしてくれたんだね。
He wanted us all to be happy, even if it was just a dream. Rena smiled as she said that. Only she seemed to understand what I really meant by what I said.
でもね、
But you know,
もしその2つの世界をレナにも選ばせてもらえるなら、
if I got the chance to choose between those two
レ
worlds,
ナはこっちの世界を選んで正解だと思うかな。
I think this world would have been the right choice.
どうしてなのですか？
Why?
確かにレナにとってお母さんの離婚はとっても悲しい出来事だった。
He got her the right to kill her mother as a treat. No, that's not what I meant. Oh. It's true that my mother's divorce was really sad
そ
for
の
me.
せいでいろいろなことが変わっちゃったけど、でもそのおかげで学び取ったたくさんのこともある。
It changed a lot, but thanks to that, I learned a lot too. It shaped her.
だからね、リカちゃんの言う向こうの世界のレイナはきっとこの世界のレナよりも人間的に劣っていると思う。
So the Reina in that world you talked about probably isn't as human as this Reina is. Yeah. Okay, the ad break started way faster than I thought it would. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Miauri, I got water, so I don't die of thirst. Just the volume. Okay. I was kind of thinking about what to do after stream and dinner, and I was thinking it would be nice to play Lethal Company. I don't know if anyone would be up to it for it on this Friday evening. Maybe I'll do a ping on the Discord and see if anyone would like to play. Maybe someone would like to get scared with me. Since I want to play the new update, so who knows? Maybe I'll also be too tired and just go straight to bed. Many possibilities as to how this evening could go. Anyway.
リカちゃんはレナのことをレイナであっても模範的な人間だと夢で思ってくれたようだけど、
You thought I was an exemplary person even as Reina in your
レ
dream,
ナ
but
が本当にレイナだった時はあまり尊敬できる人じゃなかった。
when I was actually Reina, I wasn't a very respectable person.
だからレナはお母さんの離婚はとても辛くて悲しいことだったけど、人生の試練の一つだったんじゃないかなって今は受け入れることができるもん。
What I mean is, when my mother got divorced, it was really hard and sad for me. But now I can accept it, since maybe it was just one of those trials a person has to go through in their life.
人生の試練やあるいは挫折が人を成長させるってのは確かにあるね。
Spooky has to make their choice. Wow, this is just like Higurashi. Am I right, guys? Lethal Company or Sleep Time? It's a hard choice. It's almost comparable to the choice that Rika had to make. Very, very hard. It's true that the trials of life, of failure, make a person grow.
そうだな。
Yeah.
レナの言うのは俺にもわかるぜ。
I get what Rena means too.
その世界の俺はひなみ沢に来てねえが、多分ろくでもないやつだったと思うぜ。
I didn't go to Hinamizawa in that world, but I was probably a total
あ
loser.
の事件は確かに 俺にとって生涯忘れちゃいけない痛恨の極みだ。
I regret that incident more than anything I've ever done, and I won't forget it as long as I
俺は
live.
死ぬまで反省していかなきゃならないと思う。
I'll probably have to reflect on it until the day I die.
でもあの事件をきっかけにレナが言うように俺もたくさんの大切なことを学んだ。
But like Rena said, thanks to that incident, I learned a lot of important lessons.
過去のあの事件をなかったことにできる世界があったらってのは確かに魅力的ではあるかもしれない。
Thinking about whether there was a world where I could make it so past incidents never happened might be attractive.
でも俺はそんなことを思いはしないぜ。
But I don't want to think about that stuff.
今日という日の前原圭一を積み上げてきた大切な礎の一つだと思ってる。
I think they're all important foundations that pile up to make the Keiichi Maebara here today.
それを言ったら私もですわ。
Oh, but that goes for me as well.
甘ったれてた以前の私だったら、ニーニーがいる限りずっと甘え続けていましたもの。
I was a spoiled child before, and I would have stayed that way as long as Nini was here.
ニーニーがいなくならない世界があったらというのは、確かに魅力的なお誘いではありますけど。
Having a world where Nini would never leave home is indeed an attractive
でも
invitation.
甘ったれた私がニーニーと一緒にいても何の意味もないんですもの。
But staying with him and continuing to be a spoiled child would mean nothing.
なら私はこの世界の方がいいですわ。
So I would choose this world. So, 3 out of 4 people, 4 out of 5 people would choose this world. The kid you shot probably learned the lesson too. What lesson would that be? Don't go outside. Don't walk past Keiichi Maebara. He's right, but maybe we need to give her the chair again just in case. What? What the hell? No!
今の自分なら胸を張ってニーニーの帰りを待てますもの。
Because now I can be proud of myself and wait for Nini to return.
本当にみんなそう思うのですか？
Do you all really think that?
罪は消せないとあれだけ悩み苦しんだのに、その罪がないことになっている綺麗な世界を選べる選択肢を自ら拒否するというのですか？
I worried so much, thinking I had to erase my sin, and now you're rejecting the choice of a beautiful world where those sins don't exist?
うん。レナはこっちの世界の方が尊いと思うよ。
Yep, I think this world is more valuable.
どうしてですか？
But why?
だってこの世界の今日という未来は全員で勝ち取ったんだもん。
Because the future of this world was something we all worked together to achieve.
その世界のみんなはただダラダラ生きてるだけでしょ？
The people in that world were just idling their time away, right?
ダラダラと。それでいて罪なく生きることは罪なのでしょうか？
Idling away, but is living without a sin itself?
罪じゃないよ。
It's not.
でもこちらの方が尊い。
But this one is still more valuable.
温室で育った苦労知らずの花も美しいと思う。
I think the flowers that grow up in a greenhouse without difficulty are beautiful, sure.
でも風雨や暑さ寒さに耐えて花を咲かせた野花には美しさだけじゃないものが宿るんじゃないかな。
But maybe wildflowers that withstand the rain and wind and heat and cold have something more to them than beauty.
レナはそういうものの大切さを言ってるだけ。
I'm only talking about how important that is.
傷だらけの野花に何を恥じることがあるの？
Is there a reason to be ashamed of a beat-up flower? A
で
wildflower?
も温室で育つのと野原で育つのを選べと言われたら。
But if you ask it to choose whether to grow up in a greenhouse or a field...
わかった。
Oh, I get it.
そこがそもそもリカちゃんの間違いなんだね。
That's what you've been getting wrong all along, Rika-chan.
だってレナたちは野に芽生えた野花だもの。
We're all wildflowers that sprouted in the field, aren't we?
花を咲かせた後にありえなかった未来を想像してそれと比べるのは何の意味もないことだよ。
Once you've bloomed, there's no point in comparing them to an impossible imaginary future.
リカちゃんの話は花より上の人ならざる存在の目線での話だもん。
Hello, Klaus. Hope you're doing good today. Rika-chan, you're talking from the point of view of something higher than a flower, something not human.
その2つの世界のどちらが幸せか、
Which of those two worlds is
それ
happier?
を論じることができるのは2つの世界を行き来できる神様だけ。
The only ones that can debate that are the gods who can go between those worlds.
でもリカちゃんという人間は一つの世界にしか存在しない。
But for the human named Rika-chan, there's only one world.
うん、
Wait.
そうじゃない。どちらの世界にもいるけど行き来はできない。
I mean, you're in both worlds, but you can't go between
野
them.
花のリカちゃんも温室のリカちゃんもどちらも存在する。
The wildflower you and the greenhouse you both exist.
そしてどちらもその世界の運命に従い胸を張って生きていると思うよ。
And I think both of them are living proudly, following the destiny of their worlds. I mean, what happened? No, not really. Because, well, the greenhouse Rika does not exist anymore because that one killed her mother and then herself, so technically you're not entirely right.
その時野花が温室で育ったなら何も苦労がなかっただろうになんていう時点でそれはもうおかしいことなの。
The wildflower saying things like I wouldn't have struggled with anything if I grew up in a greenhouse doesn't make sense to begin with. We're all flowers.
根付き芽生えた場所で精一杯育って精一杯の花を咲かせる。
Wherever we plant our roots and sprout, we do our best to grow and bloom.
もしも自分が大金持ちの家に生まれてたらなーなんて負け犬の寝言もいいところですわよ。
Wishing you were born into a super rich family is what losers say in their sleep. It's me, I'm a loser.
そんな妄想する暇があったらまずは安いスーパーを探して小銭を契約する努力を始めなさいませですわ。
If you have time to fantasize, you should start putting in effort and find a cheap supermarket so you can save up change.
そうだな。
Yeah.
そうして自分に胸を張る聡子は、仮に聡子が大金持ちの世界があったとして、そこの聡子と比べたとしても何も劣っているということはないと思うぞ。
Satoko is proud of herself, so even if there was a world where she was super rich, I think you could compare them and not find either of them to be worse than the other.
まあ確かに選べるなら大金持ちの方がいい
Can't
でござい
believe
ますけれども。
Well, I must say, if I had to choose, I prefer to be super rich. Of course.
リカちゃんはこうしてこっち側の世界で目が覚めてもまだ迷っているんじゃないかな。
Stop buying avocado toast, yeah. Fucking start saving. I wonder, Rika-chan, are you still having second thoughts even after waking up in this world?
本当にこっちでよかったのか。
Like whether this was really the right
向
choice?
こうでもよかったんじゃないかなって未練があるんじゃないかな。
Are you thinking that maybe the other one would have been good too? Those words were probably the root of these cheerless feelings. I love this world, but I couldn't help but be troubled given the depth of my own sin of abandoning that world and insisting everyone else be sinners. Shouldn't I have chosen that world for the sake of everyone I loved? They've unanimously decided this world was better, but in a way, it was just acceptance, since they hadn't been granted the choice of selecting one of the two. Well, technically, the people that were in this world, the people that she knew, weren't happy to begin with. They were unhappy because Rika died. You know, she died a horrible death. I think Hanyu even talked about the fucking them standing like at the grave and everything and crying. So like I think the other world is still happy because they weren't friends with Rika. She's just a murderer to them now, and it's fine. They didn't know her that well anyway. They didn't like her to begin with. So maybe it's overall better this way? I don't know. Maybe by some miracle she didn't have to kill her mom and that Rika's able to live happily with her family in that Hinamizawa copium. I feel like Hanyu would have mentioned something if that was the case. She wouldn't have lied to her and been like, yeah, that was a dream. Don't worry about it. It was kind of interesting because the last thing that Rika remembers was like the sun setting and, you know, her being happy with her family. So I wonder if she actually had to kill her mom. Maybe she did find an alternate way. Who knows? Ooh, I don't know if I read this. That was why everyone thought positively and went with this world. If they could have actually chosen, they'd all be conflicted too.
やっぱりね。
It must be hard.
だからリカちゃんはその胸の奥にある悲しみが癒せないんだね。
So that's why the sadness deep down won't heal Rika-chan. And yet, only Rena seemed to have figured everything out.
そうだ、リカちゃんにもわかるようにゲームで説明してあげるね。
I know, I'll explain it to you like a game, so that you can understand too, Rika-chan.
ねえみーちゃん、今日飴玉持ってきてなかった？
Mi-chan, you brought candy with you today, right?
あるけど
Sure, why? What was she going to do? Then Rena grabbed it with both her hands and stuck them out toward me.
さあ、リカちゃんにプレゼントだよ。
Here, Rika-chan, it's a present.
どっちの手の中身がいいかな？
I wonder which of these hands is better. Which is?
みー、外れると罰ゲームになったりはしないのですか？
You won't make me play a punishment game if I was wrong, right?
ほう、そんなのないよ。
There's nothing like that.
安心して選んで。
Don't worry, just choose. Even considering how I usually did club games, there really were no hints at all. I looked at the size of Rena's fists, but I couldn't begin to guess which had the candy in it. Oh, whatever. Time to test my luck.
では、こっちのグーを選びますのです。
Then I choose this fist.
こっちね。
This one?
はい。
Here. Rena opened her fist and revealed candy. I must have made the right choice.
おめでとう。
Congratulations.
あーんして。
Here, say ah.
なのです。おいしい？
That's cute. Is it good? It was the standard but nostalgic taste of strawberry milk. As it shrunk, as I rolled it around in my mouth and sucked on it, I couldn't help but give a
お
smile.
いしいのですよ。
It's good.
みぱーん。嬉しい？
Are you happy?
じゃあリカちゃんの世界は幸せだね。
Then Rika-chan's world is
二
happy.
択の勝負に勝ったのでとても嬉しいのです。
I'm really happy that I won your choice game.
勝利の美酒は美味しいのですよ。
Victory is sweet.
ねえリカちゃん、どうして勝利なの？
Hey Rika-chan, why do you think you won?
み
Rena showed me the other palm, the one I didn't choose. In her hand, she was holding two pieces of candy. In other words, the one I chose was wrong. At that moment, and this was very obvious, but I immediately realized how merry I had been
今
feeling.
のその気持ちがリカちゃんの気持ちの正体に近いんじゃない？
That feeling right now is close to how you're feeling about this, isn't it?
異なる世界と比べるという時点でそれが人の身には過ぎたことなんだよ。
I get it. I get it. I want a strawberry milk popsicle now. Me too. When I thought about the flavor of strawberry milk from a candy, I was like, oh boy, I want that piece of candy right now. Oh, that'd be so good. It's okay. I'll treat myself to something sweet after the stream. As soon as you compare different worlds, you're already overstepping your bounds as a
それ
person.
を比べ悩むのは神様の仕事。
It's God's job to worry over which is better.
レナたちの仕事じゃない。
Not ours.
与えられる世界は常に一つで、その世界で幸せを見つけるようにできてるの。
We only ever have one world given to us, and we're made so that we can find happiness in it.
リカちゃんはその夢の中では二つの世界を行き来できる神様だから、そういう気持ちになってしまう。
In your dream, Rika-chan, you were a god who would go between two worlds, which made you feel like
だ
that.
からね、反対の手の中なんて気にしちゃダメなの。
But you can't worry about what was in my other hand. You can't go back. It's too late now. You gotta live with the decision. Is it okay for me to ask what the story is? I had to take a break. Well, I think Rika ended up killing her mother to return to the original world after having a very heartfelt conversation with Hanyu, which was very good. I can only recommend either going back in the VOD or reading it yourself. It was very, really nice. It was very heartwarming in a way. And now we're back. We woke back up in the original world, and now, you know, they talked about it, and Rena is now trying to reassure Rika that, you know, she can't contemplate her own choice that she made and decide which world is better, because that's up to the gods to decide, and that she can only try to find happiness with the choice that she made, you know? I have one mighty VOD to check out. Yeah, the stuff really happens fast in this particular chapter because it's so short. So, you know, there's a lot to miss very quickly. I was a witch who had lived 100 years in countless worlds. That was exactly why I'd always believed I was special. Someone who could overcome millions of choices to gain happiness. That I was able to gain happiness. That I was sure too. But I had it completely backwards. I wasn't any better than anyone else. When it came to finding happiness, I was the worst of them all. Then I remembered how Hanyu had so curtly and quickly told me the other world was a dream. It wasn't a dream, but now that I'd chosen, this was reality, and that really was nothing more than a dream. When a cat is in a box, you can imagine two futures, one where it's alive and one where it's dead. When you open it, there's only one future. The other future at that moment becomes no more than a dream. The one who opens it accepts the future inside and lives. Worrying about which of the two futures in the box was better was a job for those who weren't human, those who could interfere with the contents. As a mere human being, I had awkwardly trodden in the world of the gods, which was why I'd misunderstood some important things, wasn't it? In that world, Hanyu had regrets. She regretted having used the power of the gods to interfere with my life. And now, I finally understood why. She was quite clear about it. She clearly said that people had to live the best they could in their world. I had to stop being this witch. Yes, I knew now that I was not the witch named Berncastle, but Rika Furude. My copy had lived for 100 years, bending fate to her whim, and maybe she still exists in some higher dimension than this world. But that was no longer who I was. I was Rika Furude. In this world, I would live, and in this world, I would seize happiness. I mustn't use that power ever again, which meant I had to make sure not to treat my own life without respect from now on, which meant...
交通事故には気をつけよう。
Guess I should be more careful about traffic accidents. Time to get her a helmet. Oh boy, you're gonna hear so much about the cat box and Umineko. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Schrödinger mentioned. Because she loves his Schrödinger's cat. Like, really loves it. Oh, okay. The one who opens the box accepts it and lives. He'll do that so many times. I look forward to it. Man, I'm really hyped for Umineko. I can't wait. I really do want to start it next week, baby. I don't know. I'm feeling super excited for it. I don't know if I can wait. It's gonna be on my mind constantly. Might as well just start it, you know? I'm so excited for you. Me too. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna have a good time. I think I'm gonna really like it.
Huh?
I love listening to you play VNs while I work. Oh, I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you. I'm glad that it's fun to listen to me. I try my best to read and improve my English so that it's easy to understand. You have some serious sea cats on your chat to talk about Umineko with? I understand the sea cat. Yeah. It's entertaining. That's good.
そうだな。
You're right.
はうそうだよ。
I love this expression of hers. You're right.
もう二度と自転車に乗ってるときはふざけちゃダメだよ。
Never mess around while riding your bike again.
そうね。全くその通りだわ。
Yes, you're absolutely right.
そんな当たり前のことも理解してないお子様が魔女気取りなんだもん。
Children who don't know something that obvious have no right to pretend to be
そ
witches.
りゃ全然ダメなわけだわ。
It doesn't make a lick of sense.
皆さん、とりあえず今日はこのくらいにしてください。
Alright, everyone, let's leave things at that for now.
リカさんもだいぶ体力が衰えているはずです。
Rika-chan is still very weak right now.
もちろん明日以降も面会できますので、今日はこれくらいで休ませてあげましょう。
You can all come visit again tomorrow, so let's let her have some rest. Coach appeared and clapped his hands together, but my friends weren't finished saying goodbye just yet.
リカ、もう大丈夫ですか？
Rika, are you alright now?
ありがとう。口下手のあんたに代わってレナが全部説明してくれたわ。
Thank you. Then I explained everything to me better than your tied-up tongue ever
もう
could.
大丈夫。
I'm okay now.
リカが次に命を落とすとき、
The next time you lose your life,
僕はその運命を受け入れようと思いますです。
I'll have to accept that fate.
そうね。私もそれでいいんじゃないかと思うわ。
Yeah, I think I'm fine with that too.
車道でふざけてるお子様が跳ねられる事故なんて日本中で毎日起こってる。
Children who mess around in the road get hit by cars every day in Japan.
それがひなみ沢でも起きたってだけのことよ。
It just happened to occur in Hinamizawa too.
悔しかったら私も今度から赤信号は渡らないようにしなきゃ。
If I have something to be frustrated about, it's not crossing the road on a red light from now on.
でもあんたはそれでいいの？
But are you okay with that?
私がいないと寂しくなるってかつてあれだけダダをこねていたのに。
You used to throw tantrums about how lonely you'd be without me.
もう大丈夫ですよ。
I'm alright now.
新しい友人ができましたのですから。
I made a very important friend.
へえ、誰よ？紹介してよ。
Really? Who is it? Introduce me.
教えませんのです。
Okay, okay. I'm not telling.
そういうことか。
I see.
ということは私はつまりフルでリカなのね。
That means I'm Rika Furude, right?
リカがそう思うならそうなのですよ。
If you think so, Rika, then you are. What are they talking about?
ありがとう。
Thank you.
何に対してのありがとうですか？
Thank you for what?
いろいろよ。
A bunch of things. After Iria admonished everyone else, they all glumly got ready to go home. Hanyu, too, was about to disappear, but I clapped my fist into my hand as if remembering something and spoke to her.
ねえ、ハニュ。
Hey, Hanyu.
何ですか？
Frederica? I actually don't know. I don't understand what they just said, but it's okay. It's fine. It doesn't have to make sense. I love Hanyu. Me too. I'm really gonna miss her. She's awesome. She only joined like halfway through, but she was awesome. Just Hanyu with that blank expression is so good. All of her expressions are good. Especially the ones where she's sad. What is it?
私、向こうの世界であんたに元の世界に戻れたら冷蔵庫をシュークリームでいっぱいにしてやるって約束したんだけど。
In that other world, I promised I'd fill the refrigerator with cream puffs once I returned to my original world.
あれって夢だからチャラなの
Wow.
ね。
But that was a dream, so I can forget about it, right? This is my favorite one. Joined halfway. She was always stomping about. Okay, you're right. But we didn't get to see her. I remember when we were watching the Higurashi Kira opening and when Hanyu showed up, you shouted, I love Hanyu. Yeah, she's awesome, okay? She's cool. Look at her. She's purple. What's not to love? And she makes sounds like this.
せめてもの仕返しよ。
Bully the god. She's cutest when she's bullied, you know? It only makes sense. You shall bully her. You're breaking character.
リカ、明日のお見舞いに何か持ってきますわ。
Rika, I'll bring you something tomorrow when we visit.
何か食べたいものはございますの？
Is there anything you want to eat?
確かリカちゃん辛いのが好きだったよね。
Rika-chan likes spicy things, doesn't she?
ゴグラのデパートで韓国食材フェアとかやって
Oh
なかった？
boy. She likes going to the Korean food fair at the department store in Gogura, doesn't she? I like when she goes all serious. I don't know. I like her being a little goofy and silly and ow ow and crying. I don't know. It's part of her charm.
激辛キムチとか売ってなかったかな？
I wonder if they sell super hot kimchi there. See, this is exactly what I mean.
甘いのが食べたいです。
I want something sweet.
甘いの？
Sweet?
どんなのがいい？
Okay, what kind?
じゃあショートケーキとかみんなで買ってく
No,
るか。
no. Mm-mm. Don't even mention that. Then let's all go buy a
エン
shortcake.
ジェルモートのは特にう
Oh
まいん
my
だよな。
god. The ones at Angel Mort are especially delicious. Keiichi has forever ruined strawberry shortcake for me. Like forever. I hate this guy and the way he ruined a wonderful cake for me.
ならエンジェルモートのシュークリームにしましょうです。
Then I'll go with some cream puffs from Angel
安
Mort.
くてもいいからお腹いっぱい食べたいのですよ。
Cheap ones are fine. I just want to eat a lot.
食べる元気が出てきたのはいいことです。
It's a good thing you're energetic enough to eat.
何でもよく食べて元の元気を取り戻していきましょう。
It doesn't matter what kind of food. If you eat a lot, you'll be back to normal.
では皆さん、面会時間はこれで終わりです。
Now then, everyone, visiting hours are over. Everyone began to leave. Hanyu
これ
too.
で貸し借りはなしね。
Now we're even, right?
僕は何も貸してませんのですよ。
I didn't do you any favors.
そうね。あ
Right.
れは夢だもんね。
That was a dream after all.
おやすみです。リカ、
Good night, Rika.
良い夢を。
Sweet dreams. Good night, Rika Furude. And please treat the future you won with care. Thank you. All right. After I get out, the first thing I'll do is go visit my parents' grave. I realized something just now. Why I had to kill my mother to return to this world. The fragment coming out when I killed her or whatever wasn't the problem. Choosing a world in which my mother wasn't here was already killing her. Until now, I'd chosen this world without feeling any sorrow for it. For killing my mother every time. That was what you wanted me to realize, wasn't it? The sins you feel in me, that's probably one of them. I'd stopped respecting my parents, and I finally realized that in the other world. Rika, thank you for realizing. I feel as though the most important sin I felt from you has been cleansed. It'll be okay, Rika. Your hands are not stained with your mother's blood. That was all something I showed you because I wanted to be mean to you for a little. So it didn't happen? It didn't actually happen? That's actually fucked up. That's so messed up. I want that doctor eat a lot no matter what. Same. So it really was just a dream? Man. I mean, I'm happy. But still, the fact is that she has to get over the feeling of possibly having killed her mother. Even if it's not true. She's traumatized by that. She'll never forget that. I know that that was the intention, but messed up. My copium wasn't copium. For once. She's switching between first and third person, so this is Rika narrating still, or Burn. Actually, you know what? I don't know. I thought this was Hanyu? Yeah, but she was talking about choosing a world in which my mother wasn't here was already killing her. Maybe it is Burn. It is Burn, I think. It's weird. I don't know. It's not Hanyu. So that makes it even more confusing. So was it a dream or not? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. I have no idea. May you forget all of it when you awaken from your slumber. Good night, Rika. Sleep deep, as I dream of how you will color your life in the future. I think it wasn't Hanyu. It must have been, well, Burn, Rika. Same person, technically, right? It's the same person, right? Technically. Beyond the Sticks. Finish the Higurashi chapter. Oh my god, it's really the end. The end of Higurashi. Oh god. Now I'm gonna have to play the rest by myself. All the other extra chapters, I'm gonna have to play them all by myself. How lonely I'm gonna be. Since I possibly, maybe, wanna start playing Umineko next week, I'm gonna have to finish the extra Higurashi chapters by then. So I wanna have this all checked off my list, you know? I don't wanna have anything open for Higurashi when I start Umineko, so I'm gonna try my best to lock in. There isn't too much left, and I think that if I just read it to myself, it won't be too long. Who knows? I wish you luck. Thank you. The chapters after this are something else. I know it's like mostly fan service and stuff, but you know, I will survive. Does this have Outbreak? Outbreak and the sequel are so stupid. I don't know, actually. Does it? Where can I even... I think I press on start and then I can select something. Oh, I don't think so. Oh, wait, no. People who haven't played Higurashi Daybreak can enjoy this too. What? Continue only if you can vow that you are truly degenerate. What? Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, okay. They warn you. They warn you. Atsukoishi. The most awful daydream. Oh god. What am I getting myself into? I don't wanna. Yeah, it's Whole. I also own Whole Plus. I don't know if that changes anything. But yeah, okay, wow. I have something coming. That's for sure. But yeah, we finished Higurashi for real this time. There's no more, probably, unless I change my mind, but that's most likely it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to schedule the watch-along for Higurashi since I want to watch it, and I've been talking about doing a watch-along for it since I started this game, so I'm gonna have to do that eventually. And maybe I will start next week. I think it would be fun to finally start watching Higurashi. I look forward to it. And then I will try my very best to start Umineko next week as well, okay? I don't want to wait for too long. I wanna start it right away. I wanted to wait until I come back from Dokomi, which would be at the start of June. But I decided that I will just start it now because I don't want to wait over a month. I don't want to wait that long. Very excited for the watch along. Yeah, me too. It's gonna be really fun. Final Higurashi stream, final 1 out of 3. No, it's really the last one. Probably, maybe, most likely. Batora and Beato. I finally get to see them. It's gonna be really funny, I have a feeling. I like the memes that I see, even if I don't understand them. OG anime or the remix? Both, maybe. I don't know. I definitely want to watch the OG anime because that's the one I used to watch when I was younger. And I never finished it, I don't think. I don't know if I'm going to watch the remakes on the Discord server as well, or if I'm just going to watch them by myself. I will think about it. I don't know how many people are interested in it. I just know how Beatrice is pronounced. The one thing you gotta nail before starting Umineko. Beatorisu? I don't know. I know that people just call her Beato. I don't know how you would pronounce her whole name. I'm gonna do my best to not say Battler and Beatrice. I'm gonna try to say it the way they say it in the game, even if it feels weird. They aren't really remakes, they're kinda surprise sequels. Sequels advertised as remakes. They're remakes as Final Fantasy VII Remake is a remake. I have never played Final Fantasy VII or any Final Fantasy game except for Final Fantasy XIV, which isn't really comparable. Think more Italian. That doesn't help me. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not Italian. I don't know. I don't know how Italians speak. Yeah, we'll have to just figure it out. Okay, let me look for someone to raid while I'm babbling. I don't even feel as emotional right now because we already finished the base VN, so I'm feeling surprisingly okay about this being the last Higurashi stream. Even it still feels weird. I still feel like I'm gonna cry after ending the stream because it's over after so long and I don't want it to be over because I love this game and this visual novel is amazing. But we'll have to finally let it go. Oh my god, I can raid Rice for the first time in my life. Oh my god, it finally worked. We got to raid Rice. He's drawing currently. He's drawing an emote. I'm so happy. This is finally happening. After all this time that I've known him, I can finally raid him. Did I say rain him? Raid him. Bro didn't watch JoJo. No, I didn't. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me read Higurashi for 1.5 years. I guess I'm also doing this for people who watch my streams on YouTube, which is very awkward to think about, but people actually do. Thank you for following along for so long. And I hope Umineko will also be just as fun. I hope it doesn't take as long, but I think it might. But it will still be fun. Yeah, thank you for being here. Where do I start? Thank you for being here, Blood, Trace, Aeolus, Iron, Ao, Austin, and Red Bull, and everyone else who lurked. I will see you on Sunday for Celeste, and then hopefully Umineko next week. Yippee! Alright, take care until then and have a good weekend. Bye-bye.